Hello? Sorry, the fan is loud, but it's boiling in here. Hello, can I hear myself? Probably not, because I haven't set this up, and I just literally thought, let's stream. Okay, you can hear me. Hi, guys. I'm losing my mind, but I want to play Phantom Hourglass because, one, I want to play Phantom Hourglass. Have you met me before? Hi. Two, I need footage for videos, and I have literally no Phantom Hourglass footage. So I'm just going to play this with my cool little setup. I'm just waiting for something to load so I can check that things are also still working. My computer is being a butt, so hopefully the stream actually works and looks good. And hi, I'm playing a Zelda stream. I'm playing a Zelda game on my actual channel. I'm a Zelda channel. Hi. Yeah, can you tell I'm a little bit loopy? This is what happens at what time? Almost 1 o'clock in the morning. I should probably be getting to sleep, but whatever. Hi. Can you guys still hear me? Probably. Let me close some things. Get rid of that. Go away. Spotify, go away. Almost closed Streamlabs, I need that. Okay, that's a bit better. Hi, guys. Let me triple check things are working. As I said, literally just decided like 5 minutes ago. Hi, I want to stream. let's play Phantom Hourglass. I love Phantom Hourglass. Hi, yeah, I'm in a good mood. I'm always in a good mood when I play Phantom Hourglass. So, yeah, cool. Anyway, let's get going. Where is my actual game? There we go. Look how pretty that looks. It's all cute. I made it. It's probably not, if you can do like actual cool like template stuff, it's probably not that good. But I don't do that, so I'm happy with it. It looks cute and it fits the Phantom Hourglass theme. Also, hopefully you guys can hear me because I'm gonna have to keep looking down at the Wii U gamepad. Anyway, let's see where we are. I know I'm literally right at the beginning. It's such a good game. People hate on it so much. If you're new, hi. I'm Super Zelda Girl. I do lots of Zelda stuff. And I really like Phantom Hourglass. Oh, Linebeck isn't here. I must have done this. Spirit Tracks is also really good. For the longest time, because this was my first Zelda game, so that probably goes to about a little bit to why I like it so much, because I have that little bit of nostalgia. I need to go to the milk bar. But for the most part, growing up, I liked this game, but I also didn't like this game because I got stuck on the most stupid puzzle. And growing up, I thought, I can't do this. I'm too little to play this game. I don't know how old I was. I was probably like 7. I think I was like 7. But hello, sir. I'm just gonna skip all of this. But I have that bit of nostalgia for it. But I didn't finish this game till probably, what was it, like 3 or 4 years ago. And when I played it through, that time, like, I thought, I've sat on this game for so long. It was my first Zelda game. I need to finally finish it. So I picked it up and I played it through in like 2 days, and I just thought, this game is so much fun. Why do people hate on this? Because I didn't finish this and I kind of had that bad taste in my mouth of getting stuck. By the way, the puzzle I got stuck on was stupid. But because of that, I kind of went with all of these other videos of people saying that the game's bad and the Temple of the Ocean King is bad. Temple of the Ocean King is not bad. Temple of the Ocean King is fun and cool if you actually like use the items that they give you to get through it quicker. Was the DS sleep mode puzzle? No, it wasn't actually. I think I just figured that out randomly just because I thought I'm gonna go have a snack, and I came back and it was like, oh, I did it. It was I think it's around halfway through the game. In the Temple of the Ocean King, you have a door. You have to draw a pattern on. And that same door, if you draw, I think, the Triforce on it, instead of the hourglass, it takes you to the next part. you have to really, like, I think, talk to a skeleton or something to actually find that out, and I didn't do it because I was a stupid child and thought, oh, these are just tutorial skeletons. I know everything I need to do by now. And so I didn't know what to do, and I just it just ended up like that for like God knows how many years. But yeah, we're playing Phantom Hourglass, and it's cool, and it doesn't get enough love. So if you love Phantom Hourglass, you're already in my good books, because Phantom Hourglass is a gem, and I'd love to see it remade for the Switch. Also, yeah, sorry if there's any background noise. It is boiling here in the UK, so I've got my fan on, but I've got it really low, so I'm still like sweating. But whatever, I wanted to play Phantom Hourglass and I wanted to stream it. Yeah, it's the DS. It's fun, and I think the things are fun, like all the little gimmicks. But at the same time, they didn't always pick up, like the drawing things, blowing into the microphone. That was more of a problem, I think, in Spirit Tracks because of how much you had to do it. And I can't remember which DS was it. There was some of the DS had the oh my, where's my thing? I don't, that's not gonna work. The charger came out of the gamepad. I don't want that. There we go. But some of the DS's had like the microphone in the middle, and some of them had them at like the bottom, like on the bottom part of the DS, kind of like the Wii gamepad, I'm pretty sure. Or I might just be forgetting that, but Spirit Tracks was a little bit more awkward. For the longest time though, I really liked Spirit Tracks. I thought Spirit Tracks is way better than Phantom Hourglass. But Phantom Hourglass is so funny. I think a lot of people kind of forget a lot of the stuff that happens in this game outside of this temple. Because whenever I talk to people about this, they're always like, oh yeah, I didn't like the Temple of the Ocean King. And that's really all they seem to remember. Linebeck is a freaking amazing character. Linebeck is hilarious. Ciela and Linebeck's like banter between them is freaking amazing. There's funny jokes with like Zazu, I think his name is, the guy who I'm pretty sure is a Gerudo, or at least this world's version of Ganondorf. Very video maybe. Yeah, it was fine. There's like the fortune teller. There's like all these kind of like funny little quips, and I'm not paying attention because I'm looking at the TV and not the actual gamepad that I need to kind of be looking at. But there's all these little characters with little bits of dialogue, and like, are you kidding me? The little boy did it. Okay, I'm taking that as a cue to me to get out of here. Freedom! Like, stuff like that is like, you don't get that kind of dialogue in stuff like Twilight Princess. Even in like Wind Waker, you don't really get that much dialogue that is kind of just goofy. Like this shit here! This shit is hilarious! Like, and then we got another bit coming up in a minute with Linebeck. Right here. This whole thing with Linebeck. What he does to Link in a minute is so good. Like, yes, I was so happy to see like the Linebeck lineage go on, and I'd love him to come in Breath of the Wild. I'd love him to turn up. Obviously it wouldn't be the same Linebeck, but like maybe have Linebeck the Fifth or someone, or give him like a really weird title to kind of make it even like, or just Linebeck. You don't even need to add a number. But I'd really like Breath of the Wild 2 to have a Linebeck, and I thought, oh, wouldn't it be lovely if they expanded on the water and on like the sea, and then they let us kind of go diving and maybe let us sail on the sea to new little islands that are just a little bit further away than we could get in Breath of the Wild, just to kind of make the overworld feel a little bit bigger without changing it too much. I thought, instead of using those shitty little rafts, why don't they have someone maybe in Lurelin Village? We hear, oh, there's this very eccentric sailor, a little bit docked a little bit further down the beach, and it's Linebeck, and you go to Linebeck and you have to pay him to rent out his boat for a little bit of time. I'd love that, or even for like a mini game. I'd love to see Linebeck come back. He's great. He's amazing. I love him. Look at this man. I always imagined him being like really French as a kid, and I don't know why. I think he just gives me that vibe. You're pretty brave for someone so short. I mean, not as brave as me, but not too shabby. So your name's SCG, huh? Yeah, because my full name doesn't fit. Really fun in Breath of the Wild. Yeah, it would be great. I think, like, they bring back, there's like a couple of characters they always bring back in Zelda games. You always see Beedle. Beedle has really like turned up in pretty much every game since Wind Waker. He turns up in Wind Waker, this one, Spirit Tracks, Skyward Sword, Breath of the Wild. He's pretty much in all of them. Tingle turns up in a lot of Zelda games as well, even if it isn't like a character, like a person. He turns up in little bits in the background or statues. In the milk bar in this game, he's on a poster, on a wanted poster, which I think is pretty funny. But like, there's always little hints to certain characters. And I think Linebeck is one of those characters which would be perfect to bring back in more games. They gave a little nod to him in Triforce Heroes. They did in Spirit Tracks. I know it's like obviously a direct sequel, but you have his descendant, and there's also a grave for this Linebeck to show that he did come with Link and Tetra to this new land. He didn't just, that this isn't just a new Linebeck somehow. This is the direct descendant of this Linebeck. It's such, like, I'd love him to come back. He's such a fun character. I don't know. Like, when I first played this, obviously I didn't play Wind Waker before this, so I just thought it was a funny little thing. It's like, I'm getting into like weird theory stuff now, but Phantom Hourglass is pretty much Majora's Mask of this timeline. So obviously in the child timeline you have it goes Ocarina of Time, which is the split, and then it's Majora's Mask, Twilight Princess, Four Swords. And then in Wind Waker, the adult timeline, it goes Ocarina of Time, and then it goes to Wind Waker, Phantom Hourglass, and Spirit Tracks. This is kind of that Majora's Mask thing. Majora's Mask, I'm pretty sure, was confirmed to be an alternate universe. Like some other world that Link somehow stumbled into. And I'm pretty sure that's the same with this one. Like, things can somehow go in and out of this world willy-nilly, I can't speak, without really knowing it. And that's how I think Beedle maybe made his way into here, because I'm pretty sure Beedle in this game is the same Beedle from Wind Waker. I think that's like implied, I guess. And I think Linebeck also made his way into this world. I don't think that Linebeck is from this world. Like, I think maybe him and Jolene and maybe some other characters made their way in over time. I'm not sure. I'm tired. I shouldn't be theory crafting at this time at night. Look at my man of the sea. Impressive, huh? Like, this game is just so fun. It has so much charm and character to it. It's brilliant. Got myself stuck in the trap. This place will suck the life out of you if you let it. Blasted temple. Oh, the floor looked weird then. What are you doing in a place like this anyway? And what do you want from me, kid? I want your ship! What? What? You're looking for the ghost ship? Like, this kind of stuff, it lingers. It's like the over-the-top expression of Linebeck going, what? And then lingering with his arms up in the air before then shaking Link. There's so much little bits of comedy in this game that I feel so many people have overlooked over the years. Dude, I need to do a whole video. I've said this on Twitter. I need to do a whole video just expressing my love for this game. And if I sound like a crazed fangirl, then bloody hell, you guys know. You guys know I'm a crazed fangirl for this game then, I guess. Yeah, Breath of the Wild... Obviously, Breath of the Wild's a whole different beast to these earlier games. It's a lot more somber. The whole point of Breath of the Wild, it feels very empty in a way. Like, obviously, there's loads of stuff, but But Breath of the Wild is created to feel large and expansive, but also isolating and lonely. Because you're Link, you're a single person who's woke up in a world that you know nothing about, both on your first time playing and Link. Like, Link's been asleep for 100 years, things have definitely changed, and he's pretty much lost all his memories. So you're going through a game as someone that's trying to slowly find themselves. It isn't focusing on a character we already know. And obviously this character, this Link, is the same Link from Wind Waker. So that we already know this character. He's definitely the most expressive character. He's young, he's full of like life and really like just I killed Ganondorf. I killed him in the most gruesome way out of any other Link. Hell yeah. I sound like you when you talk about Spirit Tracks. I feel a lot more people like Spirit Tracks than Phantom Hourglass. And I understand it, like, both games have their pros and cons. Definitely, both games have their pros and cons to things that are good, things that are bad. I'm not going to say that Phantom Hourglass is a perfect game. It's definitely not. The controls, while I like them, I do understand they get a little annoying. They get a little frustrating. Using the stylus for everything can be a little bit finicky, especially like rolling and stuff like that. It's just like, yeah, I understand that. Same with Spirit Tracks. And Spirit Tracks also has the flute, which can be a pain in the butt, especially if you're playing it on the Wii U, because the microphone is in the worst place. But yeah, they both have pros and cons. But I love this game so much, dude. It's so good. Oh yeah, Linebeck saying that he broke his ankle or something. Ooh, I broke it. Ooh, the pain. My foot. Spirit Tracks definitely has music over this game. This game doesn't have that much music, sadly. It has Linebeck's theme is Linebeck's theme is probably the most memorable theme from this game. The Ocean King's theme, though, fucking beautiful. No one talks about that bit of music, and it makes me want to cry because it's so freaking pretty. But yeah, this game does sadly not have that much music in the game. The dungeons all use the same music, the caves all use the same music. The ocean pretty much has the same music for the entire time. Link's being attacked by this man. Look at my boy, Link, no! Spirit Tracks also has a really, really nice story. Zelda in Spirit Tracks is probably my favorite Zelda. She's so cute, she's so funny. Both of these games have so much comedy, but I think this one just kind of hits me more with the comedy. Here, take this with you, kid. And here is one of the best item get screens of all time. I love it. It's so good. It's so good. Oopsie. That's the joy of playing on the Wii U. You know, look at him like pushing him along. He's like, come on now. Come on, boy. You can move. Oh, and good luck in there, kid. Don't die! I don't want to be responsible. Linebeck, I feel like I could get on really well with Linebeck. Because we're just chaotic. Chaotic. It's so good. Can't get in there yet, can I? Oh, fuck, I'm forgetting my way through here already. Haven't played this game for a few months. And I'm talking. Talking and playing video games is not a good talent, which is good when I actually play video games on my YouTube channel, so that's fun. What am I doing? Oh, okay, yeah, thanks. Thank you. Thank you, I did it. And it's very, very, very fancy that the first room, don't kill me, the first room of the dungeon is shaped like an hourglass. Very, very, very cool. We got a sea chart! Woohoo! Okay. Thank you, Ciela, my friend. Let's go. Wrong way. This way, we go down. The rolling in this one's a bit awkward as well, I have to admit. You have to do a tiny circle right on the edge of the screen, and in Spirit Tracks it's just like tap, double tap, and you go woo. Okay, let's find Lineback. Where's he gone? Hello, my boy. If it isn't the little monkey and his twinkly pal. Oh god, no. I'm moving. Slow, how dare you? We're quick enough to run off injured. You were quick enough running off injured and all. What an insult. I was merely, I can't speak, it's too late. Why am I doing this? Hurrying back to my ship. Any captain worth his salt puts his ship before his own safety, I tell you. And you also put money before your ship. Nah, he doesn't. You play this, he's a good boy. He protects his ship. I love Lineback. Mysteries, we can find the ghost ship. His fucking run. Oh my goodness. Hey guys, coming in. Welcome to this chaotic, tired stream. It's boiling. Ow. The first time I played this game, this is my first Zelda game. It was also like the first proper kind of game that wasn't like a third-party Mickey Mouse game or something I played. The choo-choo scared me when I was little. I don't know why. they're just menacingly wobbling towards me. Hey look, it's the simp for Lineback. Let's face it, we all simp for Lineback. Hi, Oshis. I really want to make that staff that Oshis has. I was going to do a female Oshis cosplay at some point. I just kind of got distracted, like everything in my life. Squeeple, 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 squeeple. Did it. There's still a bit I can scribble out, it's just not going to let me. That's the mark of the spawn of the mark spot of an isle born on volcanic strife. I can't speak, I'm so sorry. Let's go find Astrid. Astrid in the manga is so freaking cool. I mean, I like her in this game, but her design, they like went out and above for the design of Astrid in the manga. Like, she's got all these jewels and just, it's ridiculous. I love it. My dream is to have a remake of this game and Spirit Tracks where they do it in the same style as, oh, let's go see Beetle. But they do it in the same style as Wind Waker. So it's all kind of like, controls the same as Wind Waker, all of that. The manga is so good. It's definitely like Phantom Hourglass manga and the Minish Cap manga are my favorites out of the Zelda ones. Twilight Princess one is also really good, which is coming out at the moment. I do need to keep reading that though. I have I think a couple of the books, the newest ones I haven't read yet. But I have all of the Zelda manga. I got a box set of them. I have obviously the one that came in the back of Hyrule Historia. I've got all of the Twilight Princess ones are out now, and I have some of the special edition ones. They're all next to me. Yeah, I have two of the special edition ones. One which is, wait a minute. One is the Minish Cap one and Phantom Hourglass one, and the other one is the Four Swords one, because they're probably my favorite one. Ocarina of Time is cool, but I like those ones. Kind of nice to see that they're all Toon Link ones as well. What a surprise. Ow. Yeah, Toon Link is my favorite Link. I don't think it was, I think my first manga I ever read was Death Note. I still haven't finished Death Note. I don't think I will. But that was like the first manga I think I read, and then the Zelda ones were pretty early on because I got them for my birthday at some point. Yeah, I think it was really cool that they did that, and if they do another game kind of with the four sword mechanic, I'd love to see them expand and give each of the four sword links their own personality, because it's just such a unique idea to split the character into 4 characters. Like, it's not that unique, but it's cool. Oh, what am I doing? I'm confused. Let me read. Come back later. Oh yeah, I went to the wrong frigging island. What am I doing? But yeah, I'd love to see them do that. I think it'd be really cool to get a full 4 swords game. I know it sounds weird, but like I say this for all of these toon style Zelda games in the style of Wind Waker. Like, have it control the same way as Wind Waker, play the same way as Wind Waker, just obviously with the different stories. Because Phantom Hourglass is amazing and I love it. And am I going to the right island? I am. Okay, cool. But yeah, I'd love that. Dream, as I said before, having this game remade. Please don't fall into the side of the thing. Ah! Ooh. There we go. But yeah, my dream to have this game remade, to have Spirit Tracks remade, or at least just updated to look nicer, because obviously you can see quite a lot that this game is quite janky in some places, the way it looks. It's a very early DS game, so that's not a surprise to anyone, is it? But it'd be so nice if they just made it look nice, like did a HD remake or something of it, made it control with a like traditional control style instead of like touchscreen. I'd love it if they could somehow do a special collection where you have Wind Waker, Phantom Hourglass, and Spirit Tracks all on the same game. That would be so cool. Kind of like how one thing that I keep saying is a lot when I stream Resident Evil 2 or Resident Evil 3 is I would love for them to come out with a special kind of edition which has Resident Evil 2 and 3 in the same copy, but you get it's split up. Ow, these bloody Octoroks. So you play the first part of Resident Evil 3, and then when Jill is knocked out, when Jill is like asleep for a whole day, that's when you play Resident Evil 2, and when you finish Resident Evil 2 is when you then go back to the next day when you play as Carlos trying to save Jill. I think that'd be so cool. And here is Astrid. Nope, that's the menu. Here is Astrid with her pretty nice dress. It's purple and blue, and it's a nice blue. Do I actually have to like go outside and do this? Because I know where the torches are. I don't need this. Oh, I have to call out. Somehow it doesn't recognize my already very loud voice. Where's the microphone? Okay, that worked. I couldn't find the microphone and it picked up. Where's the microphone? I guess that worked. I was just gonna blow into it, but that's all we needed, I guess. I know where the torches are. Yeah, I can help you. And your seashell-shaped hairstyle. Oh, I'm sorry, Astrid, but your friend's dead. Oh, I have to leave and come back? Do I have to leave the whole house? I'm gonna die as well. Did I read the Link to the Past manga? The manga or the comic book? Because I have... Is it a Link to the Past? Wait a minute, it's below my desk. Where is it? Come here. The Link to the Past, isn't it? Yeah, Link to the Past. I've read the manga. I still am yet to read the comic book. Because I'm lazy. I've had it for like a little while, like a couple of years. I still haven't read it. Yeah, I've read the A Link to the Past manga, but that was ages ago, so I don't really remember much of it. Oh, I have to leave the whole bloody house? I want them. The ladies who work on the manga, who I actually got to meet, last year? I think it was last year. After they finished Twilight Princess, I'd love for them to do a Wind Waker manga, because that game would be so much fun as a thing. What? Do we actually have to go talk to this dude? Damn it! I hate playing with the bloody. Where's my stand? Oh. Maybe this will work. Oh goodness, I'm dropping things. Oh god, my wire's too short! No! Ow. Ow! I'm trying to sort out the wire. I have it, it's coming from under my desk, but there's a ton of Zelda books in front of it, so I need to move them and they're very heavy. Ouch. Come here, you stupid thing. Here we go. Oh no, it's tangled! This is what happens when I'm not prepared to stream and I just do it randomly. I'm so sorry. Okay, where's this coming from? Oh dear god, it's a mess. It is an absolute mess down here. Why is it stuck in the ring con? Okay, there we go. I did it. Did it. Now I've got to put everything back. Oh good, no wait, there we go. Up there. That back. Pick up the GameCube controller that somehow appeared from nowhere. And fuck, it fell on the floor. And we put back the mini table. There we go. Please, actually, there we go. Okay, good. That was, what was it? All of the, Hyrule Historia type books. The special edition of one of those books. The, Creating a Champion book. The special edition for that one. A handful of the hardback Zelda guides. They're all heavy to move it in one go. There's a few other things down there as well. That was fun. Oh god, I'm gonna bloody die. I miss Tektites. I want them to come back. Bring them back in Breath of the Wild, please. Venturia. Can I have some hearts, please? I feel really incompetent when I've got buzzing in my ear. This dude. Okay, tell it do this. Basically, this guy's gonna tell us, hi, look for these fires again. And one of the fires is behind us. He's also gonna tell us that yes, he's died. Please tell Astrid that he died. I'm pretty sure I remember where the other ones are. So let's leave and hopefully maybe kill these. If I die to a choo-choo, I'm gonna cry. I actually probably will. Go! They're trying to actually, they're trying to kill me now. They want me dead. Evil. Hi guys, welcome. I am currently trying to get Astrid out of this little cave thing that she's stuck in. Yeah. We have one here. I think it's this house and here. Haha! I'm a genius! Things like that. Anyone else have it like really weird random puzzles that they just remember? Like randomly, like you don't know why. I'm here for a vacation. A ship. It's just like you don't know why. Maybe it's how many times you had to redo it or just how long it originally took you, but you just end up remembering certain puzzles or certain kind of combinations and stuff for games. I get this a lot in Zelda games. I've also had it a lot in Resident Evil games, I guess, because Resident Evil games are pretty much, to me, just horror Zelda games in a way. It just feels like I'm going around a big Zelda dungeon all the time. Maybe that's why I like them so much. It's the boy! God, it's so weird. I'm looking at 3 different versions of the screen. It's like... that puzzle I remember... I can't remember them off my top of my head because it's just like... I remember them when I play the game. And I'm like, oh, I remember this bit, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, pretty much all of Resident Evil 2 is a giant puzzle, so I remember pretty much all of the puzzles in that game off by heart. Nearly. This game, there's a good handful of things that I remember as well. I'll remember them probably when I get to them. One thing I cannot remember in this game, and I always forget it, is the bloody lever puzzle. Oh fuck, I wanted to get those parts. The lever or lever puzzle on the ghost ship. Always forget how to do it. And I remember when I played this originally as a kid, that puzzle had both me and my older brother really confused. We were like, what are we doing? What are we gonna do? So we actually, like, that was like the first time I had to look something up to help me with a video game on the computer. On our really shitty old computer. The level puzzles in the ice dungeon. Oh God, I can't remember it's like I can't remember them until I get to them. What am I doing? Oh, I have to. Oh yeah, wait. I have to go to the dungeon. I have to go to the dungeon like a good little boy. I hear Tektites, so they're up there. Oh yes, that's undone now. Cool. Ah! Haha. You can't trick me. Bring back Tektites. Do it. Bring back our spider. If Breath of the Wild 2 doesn't have at least one giant spider, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna be so disappointed. Ouch. Because I really missed giant spiders. Giant spiders are like a generic, so simple enemy that just I think should be in all all fantasy media to some extent. And if we don't see a Skulltula, a Walltula, a Goma, a Tektite, if we don't see anything spider related, I'm gonna be really sad because I miss them. Okay, let's blow out these candles. Oi! Oh, it's not gonna work. Oi! Let's blow it. Wait, where's the microphone? Oh, it did it. Hello. Wait. Hello. Okay, there we go. Yeah. God, what was it? Wait, I can impress you with my research skills. Let's get in this dungeon first. Where's my puzzle? My puzzle? my document for something I was looking up at some point. Where is it? That's the wrong thing. Is it? Oh god, yes it is. Okay, yeah, so here we go. There are only 17 different types of enemies in Breath of the Wild, not counting bosses, and different variants of monsters. So like fire Keese, lightning Keese. We just count Keese as Keese. We'll group them all together. These are all of the monsters, and overworld bosses I'll count. These are all of the monsters in Breath of the Wild. Bokoblins, Moblins, Lizalfos, Wizrobes, Lynels, Choo-Choos, Stal monsters, so like Stal Bokoblins, Stal Lizalfos, all those things. The cursed enemies, so the Stal, Moblin, Bokoblin heads that float around. Keese, Guardians, Octoroks, Peblets, Yiga soldiers, Hinox, Stalnox, Molduga, and Stone Talus. They are all the monsters that you will find in Breath of the Wild. the original Legend of Zelda. Have I got it here? I like to rant about Breath of the Wild's lack of things. So here we go. Only counting the same things, so no variants and no bosses, and not even counting mini bosses. Ocarina of Time has over 40 enemy types. Twilight Princess has over 50 enemy types. Phantom Hourglass, this game, has over 40 different enemy types. And the original Legend of Zelda has over 20 different enemy types. Breath of the Wild, the biggest Zelda game, has 17 different enemy types, counting mini overworld bosses. People always have a go at me because I say I love Breath of the Wild. I'm not going to say I hate Breath of the Wild. I love Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild is one of my favorite games. It's so much fun. It's beautiful, but bloody hell, when you are looking at it from the stance of someone who's been playing the series for a long time, who deeply cares about the series, and who really does like the classic kind of structure for games, I really hope they bring back like more dungeons and stuff in this next game. They they went very far away from that classic structure. They dulled down a lot of stuff. Yeah, it's a good stepping stone, but when you think when I play Breath of the Wild, I love Breath of the Wild. I'm gonna say that every time I criticize it, even though I said it like 5 seconds ago. When you play Breath of the Wild, and when I did for the first time, it probably took me about 3 or 4 hours, which in the grand scheme of how big Breath of the Wild is and how open the world is and how long it eventually did take me to finish that game on my first go, I started getting a little bit tired of all the enemies. Obviously, I did find like the Molduga a little bit later. I did find the Stalnox a little bit later, but for the most part, I found all of the overworld enemies, and I was getting kind of bored of just seeing Bokoblin, Moblin, Lizalfos, Bokoblin. It got very tiring very quickly seeing those monsters. In games like Ocarina of Time, Moblins were only in one area. The Moblins were only in the what's its name? The passageway that you go through to get to the Forest Temple. The whole game, that's the one place that they turn up in, unless I'm forgetting something. That is the one of only places that they show up in. One thing that I think was really weirdly done is they have enemy types in Breath of the Wild, like they have fire versions for like the volcano or ice versions for the volcano, but they don't do that for Moblins and the Bokoblins and the Lizalfos. They're the same. So going around, it feels really weird that yes, they're monsters, but if Link has to wear these really big bulky clothes so he doesn't set on fire or freeze to death, surely a half-naked Bokoblin should be wearing something. I think the Bokoblins and the Lizalfos and the Moblins should have been... I'm talking so much, so my game's kind of going... I'm sorry. I just want to talk about this for a second, though. But I think Lizalfos should have been kind of put in places like Lake Hylia, around that area, around watery areas, and maybe a couple of other places, but very sparingly. Bokoblins and Moblins should have been put in places like the Farm Woods and maybe dotted around the main Hyrule field, maybe on horseback, because obviously they have the Guardians. Realistically, they would want to be ready if something did try and attack them, though I don't think Guardians would attack monsters. But then I think in the forests, they could have had Wooltoolers, Skulltoolers, Dekubabas, I was so confused when I was looking up all of the enemies for Breath of the Wild, because I swore that there was both Dekubabas and Skulltoolers in that game. But it's just, I think, because I'm so used to seeing them, I just thought, oh, they're in that game. They're not. Wolfos would have been great. Like, have the normal wolves, but have maybe in the deeper parts of Hyrule that are a bit more cut off, like deeper forests up in the mountains, have wolfos, like big wolves that will actually hurt you. Kind of make them like a mini boss, like the Lynels, because Lynels, they're scary to fight, but again, I don't think they're the type of enemy that could be found in every region of Hyrule. They're not in the volcano area, but they are in like the Akala region. They're in pretty much everywhere, I think, apart from the volcano area. They are in the snow areas, and they are, I think, around the Gerudo area, not actually in the desert. I think have them maybe in the Akala region, because the Akala region gives off this very, like, it's an older part of Hyrule, it's a more abandoned part of Hyrule. Having the Lynels in a very rundown, kind of more quiet, because there's like not even a proper village apart from Terrytown, which you have to build up in the Akala region. The Akala region is very abandoned, it's very overgrown. I think the Akala region would have been really cool to have Lynels be their main enemy. Big Octoroks, I've said this, in Breath of the Wild 2, if they expand on water, because I really hope that they do, if they expand on exploration in water and the sea, give us big Octos. Like, if they bring in someone like Linebeck, like I said, that you can rent out a ship to kind of sail around and look for treasure or go to distant islands, let us fight big Octos. That would be so much fun. But I actually have a whole script that I'm still working on, and I've been working on it since like the beginning of this year, that I have talking about my thoughts about the monsters in Breath of the Wild and how I think they can improve it for this next game, because it's so disappointing. Like, when I said, like, just then when I was talking about how many enemies that the original Zelda game has, you were saying like, what? Because I don't think people really realize how little enemy diversity and like different types there are in Breath of the Wild. They bulk out their kind of cast of enemies with different variants. Like, you have the normal Keese, then you have the fire Keese, and then you have the electric Keese and the ice Keese. They bulk it out with different variants, but not different types. One way that they could do it, but kind of keep that same image, is, for example, the Keese, as I keep talking about them. Keese are small, flying enemies that can be killed in literally one hit. They kind of just like throwaway enemies just to make the game feel a little bit more alive. Switch out the Keese. Have the Keese turn up at night times, but then maybe some nights, instead of Keese, you have an enemy that works in a very similar way, but looks different. What was I thinking of? I think they're called Patra or Petra. They're from the very first Legend of Zelda game. They're pretty much just big flying eyeballs. They are in this game, but they're just called like eyeball monsters or something. I hope they do. I hope the devs think about think more. I think of, it's weird to say, but the way I think about Hyrule is I like to think of it in a more realistic of this world. What would it be like if it was real? And I think, well, if it was real, you wouldn't be seeing the same enemies in every part of the world. You don't see the same animals in the same type of the world. They change. And in other Zelda games, you don't see, let me think of one. Twilight Princess. You don't see the enemies. Oh god, the Twilight Princess, I can't even think now. Let's go with Ocarina of Time, saying everyone knows Ocarina of Time. Ocarina of Time, you've got the Moblins in the adult timeline only, in the path leading towards the Forest Temple. As a child, you have Dekubabas. That's one thing. Like I was saying, with have an enemy that is very similar to an enemy. Octoroks are fucking everywhere in Breath of the Wild. Easy way to do this, to kind of make it feel a little bit more expansive without changing it so much, have Octoroks maybe just be in the water, or maybe in the other places apart from in the ground. Because please tell me I'm not the only one who thought, when seeing an Octorok in the ground, like with a little bit of a tree on its head, why didn't they make that a Dekubaba? not a Deku bat, a Deku scrub. Deku scrubs and Octoroks work in pretty much the exact same way, especially in Breath of the Wild. They hide in the ground with little trees on their head, so you just think it's a bush or just think it's like a little sapling or something, and then they pop up and shoot you from behind. They could have easily, well, I'd say easily, I don't know how working this stuff works, like, I'm not a game developer or anything, but in my mind, they could have done that. Like, have them be a similar size, have them work in pretty much the exact same way, just change the texture, change them, like the actual model of it, so it's a different enemy. Because changing that makes the world feel a lot more full with tons of different creatures than just changing it to be, oh, this is a fire version, this is a version that can fly or something like that. It's just doing that. See, I'm not the only one who thought Dekus would have been a great thing there, because I just thought Octoroks have been both on land and in water, and I think it would have been really nice to have them be in water, maybe have them be in other places around Hyrule, like make them be the ones with treasure chests on their head or something like that. But the forests would have been the perfect place to bring the Dekus back, and I know a lot of people like the Deku. I love the Deku, I think they're so cute. Skull Kids! Dude, I think Skull Kid would be perfect for Breath of the Wild 2. Imagine somewhere like that whole, I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but the forest, which is completely shadowed, like it's completely black. A place like that in Breath of the Wild 2, with a Skull Kid that you have to follow in a kind of a mix between the monkey you need to follow in Twilight Princess and the Skull Kid that you need to follow in Twilight Princess to maybe get to a dungeon or a secret area or to find something. Skull Kids would be the perfect character / monster enemy to bring back in Breath of the Wild 2 to go with its darker, more creepy feel. Because Skull Kids, even if they're not evil, because Skull Kids obviously aren't always evil, they don't always attack you or they aren't always nefarious, they're kind of just pranksters. They're children who died. They died in the forest. They're children who died in the Lost Woods and came back. So they're pranksters. They're little kids that are playing with you. They're playing pranks on you. They're trying to make you, like, maybe they don't always know what they're doing could get Link hurt. So having them kind of play a prank and like, hey, come and get me, I'll show you to this way, let's play a game. It would be such a fun way to bring back, and everyone loves Skull Kid. Seriously, I don't know a single person who doesn't like Skull Kid, whether they like them in Ocarina of Time, whether they think they're cool in Twilight Princess or Ocarina of Time. I think pretty much everyone likes Skull Kid to some extent, because it's such a cool character who can be made into a villain, can be made into a sympathetic villain. In Twilight Princess, he's not really a villain, he's more of a just kind of a prankster that's kind of just playing with you in his own little way, I feel. Majora's Mask, he's not evil. Majora's influence makes him evil. Like, here's what I always tell people, because I have a lot of people tell me, oh, Majora's Skull Kid's villain. Skull Kid's evil. Skull Kid isn't evil. Skull Kid was a good little boy who was lonely, who was very sad, who had been kind of outcasted, and basically the Majora's Mask is like, I've always seen as a demon or a spirit that took his little fun-loving prankster feel, like and manipulated it. It turned his little kind of childish mind into something monstrous, pretty much, and I feel that that's why they're not villains. What am I doing? I'm talking so much, I'm not actually paying attention to the game. I'm so sorry. But yeah, Skull Kids would be a great addition to Breath of the Wild, and I think they could do it in a really fun way that doesn't make them kind of intrude on the main story, that doesn't make them like a big part, but makes them a fun part. And that's what I think Breath of the Wild needs, because Breath of the Wild has loads of lovely moments that kind of push back to older games, but at the same time, after you've played a while, you realize that it's kind of empty. Like, there's not a ton of amount of enemies. There's not a lot of stuff that is new after you've played it for a while. And again, I want to say I love this game. But there are so many little things that I think Zelda fans would love to see. Like little tiny things that don't need to intrude on the main story, that don't really need to kind of get in the way, and can be kind of shown in a small way, like Linebeck. Like I said, my idea with Linebeck, have him be a sailor that is turned up from maybe another part of the world, who doesn't necessarily come from Hyrule or who has been away for a long time, and maybe after hearing that this Calamity Ganon or this like evil had been defeated, there's tons of treasure, and that's why he's there. He's in the waters around Hyrule because there's tons of ancient treasure that has been washed away or washed up over the years, and so he's there, and he's gonna he wants your help to help him find it, just because, like a side quest or a mini little side story or something. And with Skull Kid, have him be a element in the game to maybe get you somewhere, or somewhere like a mini game again. Like little things like that would be brilliant. I think it'd be so good to have kind of those little moments. Yeah, here's one thing with the characters in Breath of the Wild, and it kind of goes with the story as well. I think a lot of people felt very underwhelmed by the story. By the story for Breath of the Wild, because everything interesting in the story for Breath of the Wild happened in the past. So Calamity Ganon coming back happened in the past. All of your friends dying happened in the past. You don't really get, like, I love the champions. I think they're great characters, but at the same time, you don't really have enough time to really connect with them. It would have been great if they could have done the game so you played all of that time leading up to the Calamity, and I'm pretty sure people have said this before, but you play all of that backstory, all of those things that you see in the memories, you play all of that, and it ends with you dying, and then they'd make a second game where you play through what we played in Breath of the Wild. That's, like, I think would have been really cool. And that's why I think when the DLC was coming out, people were hoping for being able to play before Calamity Ganon came back, and play those memories, play that backstory. Because when you think about it, yeah, everything interesting in Breath of the Wild happened in the past. We are playing and kind of cleaning up what happened in the past. And it's fun still to learn all of that, but playing the game, and like imagine playing Breath of the Wild and you go to Rito Village and you meet Rivali, and maybe you fly around with a Rivali and kind of show off. You get to learn Rivali, learn about him more. You go to Gerudo Valley and maybe you have to, or Gerudo Desert, you have to sneak in again, and you do all those little things. And at the end, after you've met and got to know all of these characters and formed really good friendships with them, you see them all die. They all die, and there's nothing you can do to help them. And then you die. It's something I don't think Nintendo would do. It's a very ballsy move, and I think it would have been great if they could do something like that. I don't think it would. Like, with Breath of the Wild, I was saying before Breath of the Wild 2 got released, I said that the ending I didn't really like, because I thought it would have been so much more impactful as when you save Zelda, she just disappears, like into sparkles in the wind. She just floats away because she'd been fighting Ganon for so long. Naturally, in that time, 100 years, she would have died. Like, obviously Link and her would have died, but because Link was in this weird little hot tub, he stayed perfectly fine. It would have been so impactful to, as soon as you save Zelda and she says her little thank you, you've saved me, blah blah blah, all that stuff, she just kind of disappears like a spirit, because she's been fighting Ganon so much, she's just dead. She's just empty, there's nothing left, and you're just left again alone in this world that you still really don't know all that much about because you've been asleep for 100 years. I've actually felt that Breath of the Wild is actually a sequel 100 years prior, is a lost Zelda game. Yeah, I think that would have been like pretty much, yeah, I think it would have been really cool to see that as a Zelda game. And the same with the whole 10,000 years ago. I want to see that in this next. If we don't get some kind of explanation for why that dude in that tapestry looks like Ganondorf, I will scream. Because it's like, oh, this is the legendary hero who saved us from the calamity 10,000 years ago. And I'm just sitting there like, looks like my Ganondorf. Why the hell does this hero look like Ganondorf? He has green skin. He has red hair. He has a pretty big nose. We all know that's a stereo, like, I'll say stereo, that's a typical thing you see in the Gerudos. They have quite big noses. That doesn't look like Link. That looks like Mr. Ganondorf Dragmire. So if we don't get some explanation for that in Breath of the Wild 2, I'm gonna be really confused. It's super unexplained. Yeah, I made 2 videos on it. I made a video 2 years ago, I think it is at this point. Before Breath of the Wild 2 came out, I made a video talking about why I think Ganondorf is the guy in the painting, and I think I talked about what, like, kind of backstory. And then when Breath of the Wild 2 came out, the trailer for Breath of the Wild 2 came out. Can you get here? Bubbles are another enemy. Bubbles are another enemy that aren't in Breath of the Wild that I think would have been really good to see. But I made a whole vid. Let me see it. I'll put it in. I don't know if you guys have watched it. I'll put a link to it in chat. So if you're interested, you can go see. Let me find it. My computer's super slow. Come here. Come here. Where you gone? I'm just quite far down. Where is it? That's not where. That's the original one. Where's my new one? My newer. Oh God, pardon me. My newer one. Here we go. I want to, if I can get the link. Thank you very much. Okay, so this is the link. Link to the video, the Ganondorf video that I made, pretty much talking about my thoughts on how they can incorporate that. Thank you. I've been a little bit lacking with my videos in the last couple of weeks because I've been trying to oops. I haven't felt this whole COVID thing. I think is killing my motivation because I'm just stuck in the house. I mean, that's no different. I'm always in my house, but it's just like the world's like shit, so I feel like shit. And can I kill this keys, please? There we go. It's hard to motivate yourself. And here in the UK, it is now currently boiling. It's actually quite cool today, especially compared to yesterday. Yesterday was a nightmare. I do not do well in heat at all. It makes me feel very ill. It makes me feel very tired. As soon as it's like hot, I just don't feel good at all. So recording and thinking of like scripts and stuff is really hard when it's, oh shit, I forgot to do that other one. It's very hard when it's so hot. Obviously when I'm recording as well, I want to have my fan turned off so it doesn't sound bad. Oh shit, oops. And it's hard because it's like, oh, I'm boiling hot, but I need to turn the fan off so I don't have weird distorted audio. When I'm streaming, I'm fine because I just kind of, this is more chilled, more casual, like really rambly video, like kind of thing. Oops, hello. Oh, that's the wall. Oh, I missed. But it's just such a pain. I need to record more videos of Hyrule Warriors. I completely missed. What the hell? Hello, sir? Mr. Mouse? But yeah, I've got a couple of videos that I need to record. Some that are scripted. Some that I've been, well, there we go. Some that I've been working on slowly. I need to record more videos of Hyrule Warriors. Because we are playing as Darunia in the next episode. I've got a lot I need to do. Kill the Octavok. Kill him. Hiya! I love the boomerang in this game. It's so cool being able to draw the path. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff to do when it comes to my YouTube. Bingy flingy blingity blue. Oof. I'm just like sticking to my chair because it's so hot. It's gross. Oh, cool. No, it worked. Oh, it worked. Me laughing awkwardly. There we go. Ah, it's gonna get me. It's just a giant booger. Be gone, booger. There we go. One thing I've been thinking of doing. I need to find the right thing. One thing I've been thinking about doing for a while is kind of like a podcasty thing. Because I like talking and playing off of someone else, like whether they be in chat or whether they be talking to me on like Discord or something. I love talking with people about booger for Smash. I love talking about video games, especially Zelda. And I know tons of people were like, here's my podcast, but I just want to talk to people. I'm gonna forget this now, aren't I? And I just thought, oh, it'd be so cool to get different people, whether they be YouTubers or streamers or just anyone who is kind of connected with Zelda in some way. Cosplayers to talk about cosplay and stuff like that. Talk about certain Zelda topics. I'd love to do that because if it's like, here's the thing. I need to script all of my videos because I ramble. I ramble a lot. But rambling, I feel, when I talk without a script is obviously most natural because I'm getting those thoughts out of my head straight away. I'm kind of talking as things come to me. But in a video format, when I'm wanting to focus on a singular topic, that doesn't really work. It kind of becomes disjointed and like bad, in my opinion. So I like to script my videos. But when I'm talking on stream and that, obviously it's unscripted and I think it sounds way better. Ooh, nice. Like way more kind of, not way better, kind of natural. More natural, kind of. I try not to swear in my videos, and obviously I've been swearing a bloody lot now. Because I like to have them kind of be like, pick up, listen to them. You don't need to, like, have to listen to a ton of swear words in a Zelda theory video. I think it can be sometimes a bit distracting if it's like not part of the topic. Ooh, hello. So yeah, that's just me. He did a little dance. The bubble did a little dance. Oh, come back here, please. No! I'm sorry, I need to concentrate on getting this little dude. Come here, dude. That's a wall. I'm here. Oh! Got him. Yeah, I like listening to podcasts. I listen to the Dead Meat podcast. I've actually been listening to that all day because I love my horror films. I love my horror media. Like these torches? Any pattern or just like this? Just like this, baby. That's how we do it. But yeah, I think it'd be really fun. I had a couple of people in the Zelda community actually like say, oh yeah, I'd be down for that. And it's just kind of like, because I'm such a small channel, sometimes it can be very nerve-wracking for me to go out and like say, hey, even if I've worked with them before, or even if I've like, if I know them personally, sometimes it's very nervous, like I get very nervous asking people like, hey, would you like to be in my video, or would you like to do this with me, or hey, would you just be down to collab sometime? Even if they've actually said to me, oh yeah, we should collab sometime, I hate being the person to say it first because I'm so nervous that I'll say something wrong, or like, especially if they're way bigger channels than me, I just feel like, oh god, oh I dropped my key. Like, I'm like, oh no, like, I don't want to embarrass myself by asking, hey, do you want to collab? And they'd be like, you're literally 1,000 subscribers or something. It's, I know it's stupid and it shouldn't matter, but that's just my own anxieties and stuff. Like, here, and like, I'm talking about topics with you guys that I've scripted out in videos that I actually want to talk more in depth on in videos, and I go into a lot more depth into them. But at the same time, scripting videos is so hard for me because I'm just like, I need to make it easy to say, I need to have it make sense, I need to have it not sound stupid, and get everything I need to talk about. And when I was talking about the monsters and stuff here, oof, let me move. It felt so easy just to talk about, hey, this. Breath of the Wild has no enemies. This. I did open my script so I could tell you all the numbers of the enemies because I like to. It's my little weird flex that I'm just like, hey guys, you say Breath of the Wild has tons of enemies. I'm here to prove you wrong. This guy's cool. I like this dude. Also, yes, hi, I'm tired, so that's why I'm a little bit loopy. Oh fuck, I did it wrong! 1. No. Fuck, I did it wrong. 1, 2. No, that's 3. Can't count. Ow. Okay. Oh god, it's hard. When I have to concentrate. Okay, I need to get in a good place. Come on, shoot me with your fireballs. Okay. 1, 2, 3. There we go. That should be it, right? There we go. What's his name? Fraz? Not Fraz. Blaz. Fraz is in Spirit Tracks. It's pretty much the same boss of this, just ice and fire instead of just fire. Such a cool design. Can I? Woo! I forgot I did this. Hello? Where'd you go? No, hello? Hello! Oh. Ah! Oh god, no. Okay, we'll fire. 1, 2, 3. Get him! I tried to do spin attack and I just completely messed it up. Ow! Don't hit the child! That's rude! Ouch! Blink, ah! Okay, he's doing this again. 1, 2, 3. Nope, because I was too close to the other two. 1, 2, 3. Did it work? Yes, it did. Cool. Come on, just die! Throw the pot at him! There we go. It was the pot. The pot did the damage we needed. Oh, goodness gracious. Why the hell is Vor Day trending on Twitter? What does that even mean? Why do I don't want to know. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm just checking Twitter. While we get that little cutscene. I don't know. It's been trending all day. I tweeted something out saying, why is Vor trending? And I'm just like, what is this? I looked at it earlier to kind of see what it might be, because I thought, well, maybe it's just something that happens to be called Vor. People were just posting really weird Vor pictures, like kind of joking about it. So I don't know what it actually came from originally. Like if it was actually like part of that. Oh, this bloody chair. I can't get comfortable in it. It's Leaf. The power of spirit. I always thought it weird how the red one, the spirit, the power one who would probably normally be, well, who came from a fire temple. Let me turn this down. This is really loud. It's probably echoing a lot. It's called Leaf. I'm like, wouldn't it be cooler? Like, wouldn't it make more sense to be called like Fire Fairy? Not Fire Fairy, you know, like have something to do with fire. I don't know. Ah. Twitter is such a fun place. Let's go see Astrid and pick up these chests over here. Is it just one or is it two? No, I can't get up there. Probably can the other side. Can't be bothered. Let's go see Astrid. Hey, did I jump on the fence? Did I fall on the fence? Oh, goodness gracious. Goodness gracious, it is so warm in here. Oh my god. Can't get comfortable. Feel like I'm sticking to my chair. It's gross. Or a capital G. Ooh, got a power gem. Nice. I do like Astrid. I'd actually really like to cosplay her at some point. I think she's so cool. Her design's pretty simple, but it's really nice. Her wig. The wig I would need to do for that would also look really cool. I love the multiplayer for this game. I don't think it works on here. That's another reason I'd like it on the Switch as well. They could redo the multiplayer and have it like with the Nintendo Online or something. If they put like DS games on the Nintendo Online thing, that'd be great if they could do that and then have that as multiplayer as well. But the multiplayer for this and Spirit Tracks I played all the time when I was younger with my sister. Or like, because like, you didn't need the game to play it. Or at least some of it you didn't need the game. So we just played that so much, it was so good. Impression of the boat. Onwards! Oh, I fucking love this game. Jumping to the tree, going through the sea. Why am I singing? Both of them had online. This one has the online minigame. It also has a froggy. It also has a little mode that I never actually used because when I first played this I didn't have anyone to use it with and I couldn't get there for years. Like I didn't know how to get over to the island, but it has a bit where you can trade treasures and ship parts with other people. It became Zelda X Disney musical stream. Ah yes, let us sing about Lineback. Everybody loves Lineback. Okay, where are we going? We're going to the temple, I think? Did I get this big green rupee over here? In this tree, isn't it? Oh! Got it. I'm so smart. Didn't even need to find that guy's chickens or whatever he needed me to do. I love the Temple of the Ocean King is so cool. I'm sorry if you don't like it, but you're wrong. The Temple of the Ocean King is really cool. I love it. And the outside of the temple always reminds me of kind of the old Zelda dungeon outsides from the original games. I love it. I love it. Ow. Okay, I need to move these books. What we got? We got the Creating a Champion book, which came with the little spirit orb thingy. A book that I'm putting my pressed flowers in, and the A Link to the Past comic book, which I should read, that we were talking about earlier. Oh, that's heavy. There we go. I can actually use my little old table thing that I now use as a footstool. A little dangerous place for kids. Ah, sweet. The kids come here and they get the life force drained from them. They die. God. I love the little symbol for the Ocean King as well. Like all the people, the races and the tribes in Zelda have their own little symbols, like the Gerudo and stuff. And I like the little one for the Ocean King's temple. It's simple. You might be able to see it on the Phantom Hourglass. You might be able to see it on the wall. Yeah, there you go. Like a little teardrop with a kind of moon. I've always liked how that looked. yeah, the Tower of the Spirits has some really nice music. I like how the more parts of the tower you get, the more the music changes in the actual stairway up. Love it. Also, Chancellor Cole is a freaking amazing character, and I love him. I love him. He is amazing. He makes me laugh, and I think he's a great villain. Chancellor Cole is one of those villains I think a lot of people forget about. And he was way better. It's kind of like the Girahim demise thing with Maladus and Cole. Cole is much more entertaining than Maladus, and Maladus's form, like the form that he has, he's built up through all this whole game, and he ends up looking like freaking blue cotton candy with eyes. It's so shit, and it made me so sad when I played the game. I'm like a kid. I'm a child playing this game, and this scary demon lord finally appears, and I'm just looking at it like, is that it? It's so stupid. Yeah, Chancellor, I like him. I think he's cool that he's trying to they killed Zelda, but his form, how he looks is rubbish. It's so disappointing. Chancellor Cole looks really cool. I love his double hats, and I love that he's kind of he's a lot like Aghanim from A Link to the Past, because Aghanim was a wizard that pretty much infiltrated Hyrule Castle, got on the good side of the king, and then betrayed them, and pretty much was Ganon in disguise from the Dark World or something like that, like a puppet. Chancellor Cole was pretty much the same thing. He's like an evil demon dude that infiltrates the castle, gets on the good side of the royal family, and then in the end betrays them. The Maladus Cole fusion is brilliant. I love that. Maladus's actual true form though is shit. It's terrible. Burn is also a great character. But yeah, Burn's great. There's a lot of good characters in the DS Zelda games. Whether that just be because they have a lot of character from the art style that they use, but these games have a lot of good characters that are sadly overlooked because people just forget about these games. Linebeck, amazing. Oshus, a little bit more forgettable, but I love Oshus. I think he's such a cool old guy because he's like old, wise, smart, mentor character. Also has some really funny quips that he says towards Linebeck and Link. Really good. Chancellor Cole, I love. I think he's great. He has an awesome theme tune, and I think it's very, very underrated. And Burn, also really cool. And Jean, pretty freaking cool character. She's pretty cool. The bunny dude, people always talk about weird Zelda characters, and everyone brings up Tingle. Dude, the bunny guy from Spirit Tracks is so much weirder than Tingle. He doesn't do as much. He's not as important. You don't even really need to do anything in that side quest, but he's so freaking weird. He's so weird. And it's like, that's another weird side character that I want to see return at some point, because it would just be so freaking funny to see that guy fully like modeled in like Breath of the Wild style. That'd be so funny. Oh, the sisters in this game. I love the sisters. I love Jolene and Joanne, I think their names are. Bunny, bring back Bunny Guy for Breath of the Wild 2. Start a petition. But yeah, the sisters in this I think is so funny because like, oh, it's just like, oh, this pirate is chasing Linebeck, and oh, there's a mermaid. The mermaid is just a girl in disguise. The pirate is also, they're basically girls who just love cosplay and get way too into the characters that they're cosplaying. Jolene's cosplaying a pirate and decides, yeah, I'm just gonna be a pirate now. Her sister is just cosplaying a mermaid and just like, yeah, I'm just gonna chill out in this old man's little paddling pool and be a mermaid. It's so funny, it's so stupid, and I love it. It's like tiny little things. It's great. When Linebeck hides in the wooden box is brilliant, and his little quips, like his little things that he says about Jolene. It's so like, it's like, why is she after you? Oh, I stole all her treasure or something like that. Like, dude, what the fuck? It's like, things like this game, I need to let's play it on my channel at some point. I really do, where I can just kind of talk about all of this in like 30-minute episodes and just show people how good. I mean, like, Chugga Conroy did a great let's play of this, and I highly recommend it if you haven't seen it. But I want to do it so I can give my own opinion and my own thoughts on why I love this game so friggin' much, because it's so fun. It's so fun. The characters, like, when you compare this game to other Zelda games, especially Wind Waker, what came before it, the cast is very small. The main cast is like Link, Ciela Linebeck, and Oshus. Like, they are pretty much the main characters. In Wind Waker, you got Tetra, you got Ariel, you've got Ganondorf, you've got all of the freaking Rito, you got like the different stages. It's like there's a lot more characters in Wind Waker that are notable characters, that are characters that actively help you. But at the same time, I don't think they're as characterized as some of the characters in this one. Yes! I freaking loved. I was looking at pictures the other day because I made a post on Twitter saying bring him back, with just pictures of Linebeck, because every now and then I just need to do an appreciation post for this wonderful man. But when I was looking at it, I just found gifs of that moment, and it makes me laugh every time because he's just leaning, like he's got his elbow resting on Tetra's head, his fist kind of is his head leaning on his fist as he leans kind of into the statue, and it just falls and he looks like, oh shit. His face is pure like, oops. Picks her up, dusts her off, and acts as nothing happened. It's so good. Like, so many great moments. I feel just this game is just a hidden gem, I feel. And over the years, it's like I said earlier, I didn't play this game to completion when I first played this. We need more funny Zelda games, yes. Like, Zelda has funny moments. It has funny characters, it has funny moments. Like the Yiga in Breath of the Wild are brilliant. I love the Yiga because they're built up to be like menacing, scary, deadly characters. Yeah, they're deadly characters, but they also love bananas, and it's so random, and I love it. It's like, oh, and it's not just, they don't just love bananas, they love bananas. If they see a banana in front of them, they're gonna do a cute little hop over to get that banana. It's so funny. It's so good. Like, Zelda has funny characters, funny moments, silly characters, silly moments, weird characters and moments. But this game kind of just has so many that I feel are just overlooked. And maybe it is just me being really sentimental and just having a really shit sense of humor that I find a lot of things in this game really funny. But I feel this game is very, very overlooked, very hidden gem. And what I was going to say a minute ago is, as I said earlier, I didn't finish this game for a long time after I originally played it. Like, I played it, I got a certain way through, and then I just kind of gave up after I got stuck. So oops, what do I do? Oh, it's this thing. So basically, I didn't really have a set thought, and I would see constantly YouTube videos talking about top 10 worst Zelda game dungeons, top 10 worst Zelda games. Phantom Hourglass would be at the top, or really near the top, of worst Zelda games. Probably only beaten out by the CDI games, if people were putting the CDI games on there, or Zelda 2. They were like the only games that would come above it. Sometimes Phantom Hourglass would be top of the list. And when it comes to worst dungeons, I would see Temple of the Ocean King at the top of the worst dungeon lists so many times. Either at the #1 spot or like in the top 3. And so I think over time I kind of got this kind of thought of Phantom Hourglass is shit. Phantom Hourglass is kind of rubbish, and that's why I stopped playing. But it's not. And I feel that a lot of people have the same kind of impression. I think a lot of people either don't remember this game after they played it originally, and they kind of just, they don't remember it because it's been so long since they've played it, or they've never played it, and all of their impressions of this game have been made up from people who they've seen their opinions of on Twitter and on YouTube. And I feel a lot of people are like that, and I feel a lot of people should go back and play this game. It pains you when they put it. Yeah, I think both games are fairly equal. I think both games are on equal footing. They both have their advantages and disadvantages, and things that are good and things that are bad. I said this earlier. I personally think Phantom Hourglass is better than Spirit Tracks. I like Phantom Hourglass more than Spirit Tracks, but at the same time, I still feel that they are kind of on the same. Very, very little difference between how good or bad they are. And yeah, obviously lists like that all do come down to personal preference. And if someone does think that this game is the worst Zelda game, that's like fine. Yeah, you do you. But I do feel that there is a little, like, it's weird to say, but I do feel that Phantom Hourglass is a game that, because it's weird in the way that it plays, and it does have things that are not really the best executed, that people who haven't played it for a while just see people rag on it all the time, and have just kind of developed this sense of, oh, it's bad. Ah! Oh, and can I tell you, if you're new, you won't know, but if you've been around here for a while, you'll know. Phantoms are my favorite Zelda enemy. They come in different varieties. All the different varieties look bloody cool. Different varieties also have different mechanics, like turning into a ball and chasing you like a Goron, teleporting, having fire. Phantoms are bloody awesome, and you can't kill them. If Phantoms come back in Phantom Hourglass, in Twilight Princess, if they come back in Breath of the Wild 2, everyone needs to, like, if they showed a trailer and they showed off. Did I? Okay, I did give Vicky. I was so happy when the armor came to Breath of the Wild, and it's Zelda's spirit armor as well, so I thought that was really cool. But one thing that, like, if they did a trailer for Breath of the Wild, and Breath of the Wild 2 got a trailer come out, we got to see kind of more of it, and they showed enemies, and we saw phantoms. Like, straight up phantoms. We didn't get them mistaken with Dark Nuts or anything, because obviously if they showed like a new version of a Dark Nut, it could be we could get them mistaken. But if we straight up saw a phantom and we knew, like, it looked like a phantom, we knew, I would cry, and everyone would need to come over here to my Twitch or to my YouTube to witness me crying over just a single enemy. Because it just makes me so happy. Just like, oh my god, phantoms. Because phantoms are scary. Well, I've played this game a lot, but still, freaking hell, I get panicked when I have to do some of these things sneaking by them. Because I'm just like, I don't want to die. Oh god, I've made a big mistake. Aha, bitch! But yeah, I don't know what that laugh was. But yeah, phantoms are my favorite enemy, and if they came back in a new Zelda game, I'd be so happy. I'd be really, really happy, like beyond happy. Because I'm probably the only one who did see this, because I am such a big fan of this game. But look at the maps on this game, like in this dungeon. Look at how they kind of look on the map. When I saw the labyrinths from the map in Breath of the Wild, obviously they're from above, I thought that they looked like these. Like, they looked like these areas. Like the map. Kind of from above, big kind of more squarish area when I saw the labyrinth, I think the first one I saw was the one in the Gerudo area. So that's kind of like a more, just a simple rectangle. I just saw this weird looking maze, and the first thing that came into my head was, that looks like Phantom Hourglass. Like, that looks like Temple of the Ocean King map. And I was like thinking to myself, I don't think they'll do it, but if I go in there and there's phantoms walking around that I have to avoid as I try and find my way through it, I'll cry. One, because I'll be terrified, because phantoms in Breath of the Wild would be scary. And two, because I love phantoms. Also, phantoms in Breath of the Wild or Breath of the Wild 2 would be really cool, because they could totally mix them with Malice. Like, Malice-infected phantoms is such a cool idea. Like, I love the idea of it. Because they already have, like, if you look at the backs, they already have eyes in their back. So they could just have it like, what's it called? They could just have the eye be like the Malice eye that you see in a lot of like the Malice. And maybe have like veiny Malice kind of draped over them, like covering them. Because the phantoms in this game, well, the phantom definitely in Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks, and I think in this one as well. I can't remember exactly. They were created to protect the Tower of Spirits, and if they were created, and if they, pardon me, in the same way, they were created to protect these areas from evil, but then get corrupted by the evil. So there could be areas that in Breath of the Wild that were needing to be protected, like something kind of like the old Forgotten Temple, but it's like a different temple that was needing to be protected. And over time, Ganondorf's Malice, especially if it's an underground temple where Ganon is maybe close by in another underground area, his Malice slowly creeped to this temple and corrupted all the phantoms inside of it, making please, Nintendo, give me phantoms. Also, please give me a job, because I have good ideas, I think. I have good ideas. Please let me give you my good ideas. My maybe good ideas. Phantoms in 3D, yes. Because like, imagine going. I'm pretty sure. I'm assuming that you've played done those maze bits. Yes, they should take notes from fans, I think. I'm assuming you've done the mazes in Breath of the Wild. Imagine walking around that for the first time, and maybe they could have made it so like it is like the shrines. In the shrines, you can't climb walls unless they are designated to be climbed. So you go into here and all of the walls are like unable to be climbed, and you're walking around and you have that music, that eerie Lost Woods music going on, and you're just kind of walking, and then you just hear this chunk, 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 like armor just kind of stomping, and you're like, what the fuck is that? And then you have like some really loud music, like you've been spotted. Think of the Guardians from from Skyward Sword, but phantoms. So the phantoms are walking around this area, and you get spotted by one, and that kind of music that was in Skyward Sword when the Guardians saw you starts playing, and they chase you down. You have to find a way to kind of avoid them. Yes, please. Guardians in Skyward Sword are freaking nightmare. I actually hate that part of Skyward Sword because it actually terrifies me. It scares the crap out of me every time because I get so panicked. So panicked. Phantoms that shoot lasers. I don't think they'd shoot lasers. If I was choosing, I would have them be pretty simple to this. Maybe depending on what one it was in, maybe the first time you see them, they have only just like the standard ones that we have in this area, but later on you have phantoms that run. They run after you and you have to run to get away from them. Oh yeah, the Skyloft one terrified me because I couldn't figure out the first time I played Skyward Sword, right at the beginning of the game, you have that little kind of side thingy to get the little, oh god, I can't remember the name, the little cat lemur thing. You have to get that off the roof of the academy. I didn't know how to get it off. I didn't know how to get that from the roof for the longest time. And when it came back around to, oh, rolling phantoms would be crazy in one of those. Just imagine them like walking, and as soon as they see you, they duck down, they roll towards you. Maybe don't kill you in one hit. I don't think, depending on the type of phantom, they would do, I think the normal walking phantoms and maybe the running phantoms could kill you in one hit, or just do a ton of damage. Maybe like bring you down to like half a heart, or like 3 hearts at most. If you have like a full set, like I don't think they could kill you in one hit, but they would definitely try. Like they would be some of the much harder enemies in the game. But what was I saying? God damn it, my brain's all over the place. This is why I script out my videos. Oh yeah, Skyward Sword. So I couldn't find the lemur cat at the beginning of the game. I knew where it was, I just didn't know how to get around there. It's like you have to jump around the side and climb up some vines, and then you get on the roof. I didn't know how to do that. So when it came to the Skyloft Silent Realm, Sacred Realm, whatever it was called, I think it was a Silent Realm in Skyward Sword, right near the end of the game, I had one more tier of light to get, and I didn't know where it was, and it was on that roof. But because I didn't know how to get around there, because I never did that bit at the beginning, I just didn't know how to do it. And I think I had to look up a guide just to find that one tier of light, because I just didn't know how to get up there. And it's just, oh, it's such a freaking pain in the butt. I don't know if I would like phantoms sending you into like into a cell or something, because I think what makes phantoms scary, the fact that they kill you in one hit. Also, look at their back. Look here. That looks like the kind of same eye as the Malice eye in Breath of the Wild. So they could take kind of this and just kind of expand it to be Malice instead of just a generic eye, because the eye in these phantoms I think is supposed to be Bellum, who is already very, very similar to the Malice, actually. When you think about the way that he acts, he is a I mean, he has a physical form, but the way he's portrayed is he doesn't have a physical form. He's kind of like a blob, until you actually see him at the end. And he's kind of portrayed in the same way as Malice is, as this old kind of like this weird kind of just evil that just wants to take the life force, which is kind of what Malice is. I'd really like it if they could somehow connect Bellum, Maladis, and Malice all to kind of the same thing, because obviously Maladis and Malice, I know that Malice is kind of like the actual word, or the definition for the word in real life is like evil or hatred or something like that. And so that's kind of where Maladis's the name came from for Maladis. But connecting Maladis, Bellum, and that would be so fucking cool, because I think it could work. I think you could find out some way to do it. You have the Phantom Eyes. How do I get up here again? Oh, there's a lever over there. The Phantom Eyes in this deeper in the dungeon really remind me of the Malice eyes that you get in in Spirit Tracks in Breath of the Wild. We got there eventually, boys and girls. We got there eventually. We went through almost an entire timeline, and we got there eventually. Oh, it's too slow. Turn around! No, don't go back. Really? There we go. We did it. That time's the try. We did it. Give me the key. I'm being so slow in this dungeon. I'm very sorry. Where do I go? Oh, I'm down here. I know this game. I know what to do. Oh, fuck! I know this game. I know what to do. Instantly get spotted. Okay, I lost him. Ooh. thinking of other things that could kind of work in a ocean kind of area for Breath of the Wild 2. Ghost ship. Not the ghost ship from this one, though that would be really cool if they kind of made it look like the one from this one. But having a ghost ship kind of along the same way as Wind Waker's, that would appear randomly. Like, you could imagine, like, it would appear randomly anywhere on the ocean. So you could be in one part of the ocean and it turn up in the other part of the ocean, like around the like on the other side of the map. And because you weren't around there, you wouldn't see it. So, and if you were on the other side of the map and it turned up one night, you wouldn't see it. So just like, it'd be so random that you could play the game like 2 or 3 times and not even find it unless you were actively looking for it. I think that would be really cool. Could be like a little mini dungeon where you could find treasure or something. I think that would be really, really fun. And spooky, and really spooky. Because I love the ocean. One thing I really missed in Breath of the Wild was underwater and just like underwater exploration and just water exploration in general. Because you can't really swim. Well, you can swim, but there's no real point unless you actually need to get to a small little place. So having you be able to swim underwater, having you able to maybe rent out a boat instead of using those crappy little rafts all the time would be really fun. And one thing I've said about Breath of the Wild 2 is I don't think they'll get rid of the map from Breath of the Wild 1. I think that would be really, like, if they did, if they did, they would have to make it up with something even more amazing, bigger, or just as big as the first one. So what I think they'll do is they'll use the original map, but they will add things to it, like they'll add a underground cave system, maybe. I keep saying this a lot as well on my YouTube, that I think a lot of this game could be taking place underground in like old temples, old caves that have been covered up by time and all that kind of stuff. But with the actual map, changing things that are already there, like having maybe new pathways or new entrances to caves and stuff being opened up from places that we've already been. There's like a weird swamp somewhere I think it's in the middle of Hyrule, quite near the middle of Hyrule Field or somewhere. There's like a swamp, like muddy, gross, like thick brown swamp water or whatever it is in a place around Hyrule Field that could have all drained now that the malice is gone. Oh, it's magically disappeared, and here are some stairs to some weird underground cave or something like that. Add things into places that seem natural, like what's it called? Too tired to think. That tower in the Akala region, like the weird kind of castle thing in the Akala region, now that Calamity Ganon is gone, maybe the malice from that area has now gone. And there was a lot of malice in that part, so maybe now that all the malice is gone in that area, and there are now stairs that lead underneath into an area that we couldn't actually have gotten into in the original game. So it's like, make the world feel bigger by letting us explore new locations. And along that lines, maybe let us explore on the other side, a little bit on the other side of that giant canyon on the north side of Hyrule, and let us explore maybe a couple of islands that are just a little bit further away than Eventide Island. Just little tiny things to add in. Like, keep the overworld map fairly the same. If Hyrule Castle has decided to float away and become Skyloft or something like that, have a giant hole where it used to be. Like, have it mostly the same, but maybe things are now open up to us. Things have now changed. Maybe things got broken in the fight with Ganon somehow. Things like that. Just kind of keep it the same, but what would this world now look like now that Ganon has disappeared, all the malice has disappeared, maybe the Yiga have disappeared and they've left things open. Just kind of expand on what we already had. I think that would be a good way to make the world feel bigger without having to make an all new map. And then they could also make a new map for a new underworld or cave system or something like that. but it doesn't have to be as big because we have this world. Because here's the thing, people, I've spoken to people before about this, and they say, well, why don't they just keep the map the same? Do you really want to play Breath of the Wild 2 with a map that is exactly the same? Like, everything's in the same place, all of the locations that you've explored are already in the same place. Like, we've explored this place, we know where everything is. So if you take that map that we already know and mix it up a little bit, put things that are new, put new villages, put new kind of settlements, like people rebuilding up Hyrule very slowly, because it's only going to take, I think, at most it's going to be a year later than Breath of the Wild. Like, it's going to be a year later. So it's going to be a couple of months to a year. Hey, welcome! We're currently just talking about Breath of the Wild 2 and just rambling a lot as I play one of my favorite Zelda games. So, what was I saying? But yeah, just, no, go away! You weird man, I don't want to talk to you. Let's talk to our boy. Basically, take Breath of the Wild's map and just put new things in places that there weren't really any things to begin with. Oh, dude, we need the Yanuki back. The snow, the mountains. Breath of the Wild felt really empty. I love them. I think they're beautiful. But let me just do this. I did it. Genius. I'd love it if... Oh, now all the evil has gone. Hyrule is at peace, supposedly. Here are the amazing Yanuki that have come out of hiding from their little underground ice caves. Or have a Yeti or something. I want Yetis or Yanuki back, because the Yanuki in these games are so cute, and they only appear in these two games, in Spirit Tracks and Phantom Hourglass. They're adorable. I love them. They just look like really furry old men characters, and I think it's so funny but really cute at the same time. I love them. Guy's just waving. Bye. Bye. Have a nice day. Yeah, the Yanuki is so cute. I think they're such a great character. Like, oh, I hear my cat. Hello, cat. They're such a great race of characters that it's like sad that we haven't got to see them much. They only do appear in Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks, so bringing them back in Breath of the Wild or any new game, I'd love to see in Breath of the Wild, but I don't think that they would. But bringing them back in a game would be great. Would be really, really good. Oh no, they weren't killed. They're too cute. You can't kill the Yanuki! But yeah, and like, the Yanuki aren't the only kind of snow regional character race people. You also have the Yetis from Twilight Princess. Let me think, is there anything else? We have the Yanuki in these games. We have the Yetis in Twilight Princess. There really isn't any ice snow locations with any other designated characters. Trying to think, am I missing? No, I think they might be the only main, unless I'm just, there might be some in the DS Zelda game, not DS, in the Game Boy games that I just can't remember because I haven't played them in so long. But I think the Yetis, Yeto and Yetta from Twilight Princess, and the Yanuki from these games are the only main. I mean, the Gorons in Majora's Mask, but they're not kind of native to snow. Like, it's frozen over because of all the havoc and chaos going on. Big Gorons, I'd love to see in Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild 2, I think, would be really fun. You're just walking around, and then suddenly you get like a little cutscene, and this giant mountain. Oh, that could fit into the way that we were explaining, like how they could expand onto Breath of the Wild 2, adding new things in. Maybe you're walking around Death Mountain, and suddenly you see this really big mountain, and you're like, I'm pretty sure mountains don't just spawn out of nowhere. You get closer to it, it's like, maybe I'm gonna climb this. I'm gonna see if there's anything special. It wasn't here in the original Breath of the Wild, so maybe there's something special at the top of it. And as you get closer to it, you can hear this, ooh, and it just kind of sits up and you're like, oh, that's a big boy. Hello. I think that'd be really cool. I love big Gorons. Gorons are so underrated. I know they're in loads of games, but comparing them to like the Zora, the Kokiri, the even the Gerudo. Gerudos are my favorite Zelda race, but comparing them to like ooh, it's a choo-choo. Yeah, but comparing Gorons to like Sheikah, Gerudo, all of those kind of races, I feel that they are a little bit underrated, a little bit overlooked. Go away, bees. I love Gorons though, they're so cute. They're like, really, they look like they would kill you. They look like they would crush you, but they're like big softies, which I think is so sweet. I love them. I just want to give them a hug, but they probably crush me to death. I love the Gorons, I think they're lovely. I want to be friends with them. They're like hippies. That's the worst analogy. Gorons are like hippies. They're just chill. They're chill dudes. I think the only time that they were actively like kind of dickish is in Twilight Princess. They don't have to be that big. Yeah, but I think that'd be really funny. I think because the bigger ones in some games are ridiculous in their size. So I think having one that was just enormous would be really funny. But just having one that was like a bit bigger than them would be pretty cool. I like Gorons. I think they're adorable. I also, one thing, I said this a little bit with a Zelda YouTuber. Who was it? I think it might have been Nehru? I can't remember. Was it Zelda Lore? Can't remember. It was a while ago. But we were talking about, I think someone mentioned it, and we were talking about something to do with the Gerudos, just in tweets. And I said, oh, it'd be really cool if, because we're getting Ganondorf back in Breath of the Wild 2, that at some point, maybe the, one second, I just want, yeah, let me see if I can hear something. Okay, I thought I could hear my dog. But what I was saying, like, because Ganondorf's coming back, maybe, for the most part, the Gerudo seem like, oh, Ganondorf's bad, we don't want to work with him. But maybe when Ganondorf comes back, some of the Gerudo might be like, hey! I mean, that's kind of my reaction to Ganondorf anyway. If you're new here, I'm so sorry that you've been witness to my obsession with Ganondorf already. God damn it. But they could be like, hey, this guy is like a legend. And even though maybe they've acted like they hate him, maybe they join him, maybe with the Yiga. I've said that having the Gerudo, I think I mentioned it in my music video that I did, the music I want to see return in Breath of the Wild 2 or something like that. That having some of the Gerudo turn evil and kind of fight you kind of in the same way the Yiga did would be really fun. And I said, and I was thinking at some point, oh, I don't need that. It'd be really cool if maybe somewhere out in the Gerudo Desert that we couldn't get to, a couple of witches were waiting for their moment to shine, and I always mess up this freaking puzzle. I have to go this way, don't I? I think bringing back Kumi and Kotoke would be so cool. I have done this wrong. They could have been like, oh, these old witches, they've been exiled from the Gerudo people. Ooh. What am I doing with my freaking life? Okay, here we go. They got exiled or something like that. I'm still fucking this up. And oh no! I'm sorry, I'm tired. I'm just rambling and stuff. New Breath of the Wild trailer. The very end cuts to black, and text pop with Tingle return. Oh yes, like it's another really spooky trailer, and it just turns up, and the last instead of text, it just goes Glulimba. You just hear the tingle. It doesn't even say it. It's just like, oh, it does the noise, and then it's like Tingle will be returning in Breath of the Wild too. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I want that. I think a lot of people actually really want to see Tingle come back in this next game, because it feels like, I did say this earlier as well, Beedle has kind of taken that role of Tingle recently. Like, Tingle was in a few games, like not as many as Beedle, but he kind of had that role of the kind of weird character. Oh god, there's rats! That kind of weird character that sells you shit, pretty much. That's kind of Tingle's archetype, I guess. But yeah, if they bring back Tingle, I think a lot of people will be happy even if they hate him, because Tingle's such a funny character to begin with. I love Tingle. He's great. He's really freaking weird, and I love him. I don't know if you guys have... Oh shit. Oops. I'm not sure if you guys have ever heard or played, but Tingle has his own game series. Oh, I almost hit that bomb. Tingle has his own game series on the DS. Yeah, just the DS. Only one of them got localized though. Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land was the only game that got localized. I think the other one is Tingle's Balloon Trip of Love. They are very weird games, and I wish I could play them. I have Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land, but I don't have Balloon Trip of Love, and because I don't have like a DS capture card, I think it'd be really awkward to play. Oh, almost got it. But I'd love to play it on my channel at some point, so I'd have to probably find out a way to do that, or find a capture card or something, I don't know. But yeah, those games are weird. Really, really weird, and I love them. Tingle's a great character. Woo! Do I have a shield? I don't think I do. Oops. We made it to the end. And I'm actually just gonna take a break. I'm gonna go nip to the loo, grab a drink, and yeah, I've been sitting here for like 2 hours. Yeah, I need to stretch my legs. Yeah. I don't know, they were only released in like Europe and the UK, I think. I don't think they were released in like America or Canada or anywhere like that. I think they were just in Europe and like the UK. Because I see a lot of people say that they weren't, they never came out over here. So, maybe they were. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna nip to the loo, get a drink, stretch my legs, and I'll be back in a minute. Bye! Okay, hi guys. Whew. Just gonna tweet out again that I'm still streaming. If you guys are new here as well, let me do my whole shilling out and stuff. Links to all of my socials and stuff should be underneath the stream. So I have like links to my YouTube, my Twitter, my Facebook, my second channel. My second channel is like where I play any game that really isn't Zelda. Oh, I'm gonna burp. That's not Lady Lack. Okay, there we go. All done. Excuse me. Yeah, I have links to all of that down there. If you are interested in following my ramblings of Zelda and stuff on other things, my YouTube channel is pretty much entirely Zelda, with little bits sprinkled in of other games now and then. And I was looking for that tweet. Where am I going? Yeah, if you're new here as well, following is always appreciated. We're very, very small over here on our Twitch channel, very small channel. So yeah, if you're enjoying the stream, it would mean a lot if you could follow. Where is that thing? Oh, there it is. There we go. Let me just tweet this out there. There we go. Okie dokie. Ooh, there's a lot of people I know tweeting this evening. Yes, hello. Okay, let's switch back over. Can you guys see? You can. I switched onto boss cam. Oops. And that's the spirit tracks. Yeah, that's my boss cam. There we go. That's the spirit tracks thing as well. I'll show you guys the my spirit tracks overlay that I made. There it is. It's beautiful. It's pretty much the same, just spirit tracks. So when I play spirit tracks, we get cute spirit tracks overlay. I'm not what am I doing with my life? There we go. I'm not someone who like makes kind of templates and stuff. This was like my first time making anything like these, so I was really happy. I made my own little custom excuse me, oh my god, I chugged that that Pepsi too much. I made my own little cute notification things as well that pop up for like subs and follows and stuff like that, using, I wanted them to fit the theme for like Zelda, but not be directly Zelda. I did use these GIFs that were cute. I thought, nah, let's have something a little bit more simple, a little bit more not straight full frontal Zelda. Not full frontal Zelda. Oh god. Something that could work, which was Zelda, but could still work with work with the other games that I play, because I don't just play Zelda in here, I play other games. So I thought if I have something simple, if I have something really simple that is just that, and I know it's Zelda, if other people play Zelda, they might be able to realize it's Zelda. It's pretty much, if it's on here, let me save. It's pretty much the when you, on the main menu, when you start up this game, you have the little bubble save slots. It's one of those I just cleaned up, removed all the text, and then made into a little little notification thing. Oh, my spirit tracks thing is still underneath that. Get rid of that. There we go. We got mail. Heidi ho, guys! I got mail. Oops. Do I get to sign my signature? I do! What should we do my signature as? Beautiful. Not doing that. I'm an adult. I'm an adult. I write poop because poop is funny. Ha ha ha. Let's just put. Let's do. That's a Z. Super Zelda. That's a shit one. Super Zelda girl. It's so bad. We're just gonna put Link. Fancy Link. I want to do it really nicely. Fancy Link. Ooh. There we go. A little Triforce triangle at the top. I mean, I'm going. His name is SCG in this, but I just. There we go. Link. Ooh, fancy. Ah, this island looks like a face. There's the ear, the nose, the mouth, eye, and this is his hair. Oh, it's blowing in the wind. Look at his hair. So beautiful. I've always seen this island as a face, and it's so funny to me. It's so stupid. It just looks like every time we come to this island now, it's just gonna be a face in the bottom corner. Oh, I love Face Island. It's my favorite island. He looks so happy. We have to give him a name. We should think of a name. We have the cannon now, so let's go see Beetle. Thank you! I'm sad he doesn't say that in this game. Oh, shut up, Lineback! Don't be a tutorial fairy. We have one of those already. Her name is Celery. Oh fuck! I was too busy trying to be funny and I died nearly. Oopsie. I'm not a funny person. I'm a rambly person who spouts nonsense, and that somehow sometimes be funny. But for the most part, nah, I don't think I'm funny. I laugh at my own stupid things, but doesn't necessarily mean I'm a comedy genius, does it? Let's go. It's cool that in that there. Oh, maybe we should go to the ship over there. What was I gonna say? It's cool that the Zora scale is a treasure in this game, because obviously we don't have Zoras in this game. The Rito in this the timeline, the Zoras became the Rito. I think a lot of people like didn't realize. I'm pretty sure it is explained why the Rito and the Zora exist together in Breath of the Wild. I'm pretty sure it's the Rito are from go away fishing. Are like the Zoras from Hyrule, and then the Zoras that we have in Breath of the Wild are new. I don't know. I'm tired. Like they came from a different place. Hang on a moment. Look! Could that be? Spooky. I'm in so much shock. My silence is that. It has surfaced at last. The ghost ship. I can't believe that we're laying eyes on it. This is not a voice for Lineback. What the hell am I doing? Let's follow it. Let's get to our treasure. See, Lineback has some of the best freaking character. We're going the wrong way. Character development in this series. Him and Groose. Brilliant characters, I feel. Groose gets, I think, a bit more because we have a bit more time with him, I think. Or I think it... Wait a minute, wait. I think I can hear my dog. Wait a minute. Yeah, okay. Puppy might need to go outside for a poop, so I'm gonna be right back. See if she needs to be back. I might be a little bit. But yeah, I'd rather her go outside than poop in a cage. So I will be right back. See you guys in a second. I'm sorry for this. Oh goodness. Puppies are fun to look after when they get in the way of your streaming. Haha. I love her though. She's adorable. I'll be right back. Bye. Hi. Oh, you're leaving. Ah. I just got back. Well, thank you for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed. Oh, I'm out of breath now, running out of after those. Got two dogs, 3-year-old dog, puppy, and a cat, all trying to get outside. I'm like, please calm down. She's good though. She's really good at telling us when she needs to go to the toilet. No accidents yet, but I've had her for a week. And yeah, no accidents yet inside the house, which is really, really good. She's really smart. Does seem to like interrupting my streams when I'm streaming. And I've gone down for a snack or a drink, and I come back and I just start talking, get back into the game. I do hear this little from downstairs. It's like they know, yeah. It's like, okay, we've got to wait. She's got her food. She'll probably go up. She might have a little bit of a drink before she turns back her microphone on. And when she turns her microphone on, oh god, there's my stylus. What, I lost it. As soon as she starts talking, we'll be shouting at her. So that's what it does. What it feels like sometimes. So. And going outside at, what's it, 3 o'clock in the morning for me. That's fun. I have to find shoes. Have to be quick because I don't want her peeing herself. Find my shoes, or just go out barefoot if it's dry. Luckily it was dry outside tonight, so find the torch because it's dark outside, can't see anything. Don't want her falling or climbing under a fence or something. So I'm like, oh, it's so annoying, but whatever. Whatever. I love her. Ooh, wrong one. There we go. Anyway, let's get back to this game. I don't think I'll be playing too much more of this, because I am needing to do stuff tomorrow. If it's nice, I might do some stuff for videos. This is partly for videos. I need to get to a certain point of this game for something I wanted to do. Whatever though. That's about halfway through this game, so we're slowly making our way through it, and we can share the experience as we play. Oh goodness, this bit sucks. Let's just do that because we're gonna get lost anyway. Oh goodness, I'm out of breath now, running all over the place. Let me have a drink. Shoot it! Shoot it! Doesn't do anything. Oh. I have these really fizzy sweets up here as well, and I really want to eat one, but I won't be able to talk. Hey there, wait! Wait, ghost ship! There we go. Go over there. The ghost ship looks so cool in this game. Yeah, it's nostalgic for me. One thing I remember about this game, like to do with this game, is when I was in high school, I got bullied a lot for liking Zelda because the only people who played video games were boys. Girls don't play video games. Ooh, why are you playing a video game? Ugh. Why are you being ungirly? All that kind of shit. And the video games that the boys played were things like Call of Duty and Grand Theft Auto. If you played Nintendo, you were a little baby. So, and people didn't know. Like, they were the kind of kids that would make fun of you for playing Nintendo games but only knew Mario as a Nintendo game, maybe Pokemon. And one of them somehow, for some reason, had this game on their DS. They made fun of me for playing Nintendo games, but they had this game, and they made fun of me for liking Zelda because they didn't know what it was, but somehow they had this game and they just didn't know it was a Zelda game for some reason. Ow. And they got to this part of the game and they just didn't know what to do, and they asked me for help. And I'm like, ha ha ha, ha ha, being like all smug that this kid that I really didn't like was like needing my help. It was so funny. Ah yes, Metroid, you're just copying Halo. This game's been out since before you were born. No, it hasn't, bitch. Seriously, like, they were the kind of kids that would make fun of you for liking games and say that they were gamers and all that kind of stuff. But the only games that they would play were like Grand Theft Auto and Call of Duty. They were the only games, like, they knew. Oh god, I hit the wrong thing. I didn't want that. I wanted the bloody Octorok thing I wanted to kill. Come back here. Why are you hitting me? Come back! Why would you die? Is it gone? Did I lose it? Okay, I lost it. But like, they were the only. Yeah, I hated it because it's like, oh, you play Nintendo? Nintendo's for babies. It's just like, dude. One thing I always hated growing up was like, I have to admit, when I was younger, I was very much Nintendo only, and like, I played other games. Like I grew up on Crash Bandicoot and Spyro. I grew up on PlayStation. And then when I got into Zelda, that's kind of when I really started branching out into Nintendo more. So I've always played more games, but I've been mainly Nintendo for the majority of my life. I've been mainly Nintendo. It's only been, I think, the past maybe 4 years that I've really gone back into games on PlayStation, mainly through Final Fantasy and Resident Evil. They're mainly the only... Oh, pardon me. Mainly the only games I play on my PlayStation. But I do play others. But But one thing that always bugged me as a kid, despite being mainly Nintendo oriented in my views in the games I played and stuff, was people who would say that they were pro gamers and they knew all this stuff about video games, they knew all these glitches and stuff, but they didn't know any other Nintendo characters other than Mario. Like, Mario is pretty much the Mickey Mouse of video games. Everyone knows him, I think. But still, if you are any kind of person who is remotely in with video games, I am very surprised if you don't know who Link is. Link is one of the most classic video game characters of all time. Even if you haven't played a Zelda game, I'm really surprised and really confused if you somehow don't know who Link is if you've been playing video games for a good amount of time. At that time though, I don't think Did You Know Gaming was around. This was a while ago. I know MatPat was around because I had to deal with people who, the same kids who said that everything about Zelda was shit and all that kind of stuff, come up to me and act like they were Zelda geniuses when Ben Drowned came out, and they were like, oh, Ben Drowned, blah blah blah, and then they came out with also, what was it, the Link is Dead in Majora's Mask game theory thing. So these kids who apparently hated Zelda, thought it was for babies, were now coming up to me and saying, hey, did you know Link was dead in Majora's Mask? And hey, did you know that there's a spirit in Majora's Mask? And I'm like, shut up. It was so, I hate that Link is dead in Majora's Mask theory for two things. One, because I had to deal with all those kids saying that Link is dead in Majora's Mask, and it got annoying. And two, the theory is rubbish. The theory has so many holes, and I've said this before, but MatPat just left out so many core bits of information to kind of, like, you can debunk that theory really easily. The whole thing is like, oh, Link died and became the hero of Shade. Link does die and become the hero of Shade, but he can't die in Majora's Mask or before Majora's Mask because he's a child, and he would have become, like, he would have died as a child, and I don't think he's going to take the form of an adult if he dies as a child. And I think it's confirmed, or it's very heavily implied, that Twilight Princess Link is a direct descendant, or descendant to some degree, of Ocarina of Time Link. So, I don't know. It's just it's so silly. Yeah, so many people were misinformed. And it's because these were kids that didn't like Zelda. They also thought they thought they could pretty much use this tiny bit of information that they thought they knew, and they thought was correct because they heard it from a big YouTuber. What am I doing? I'm not reading. Ugh. And do I need to talk to this man over here? That they were like, oh, hey, I know things about this thing that you like, and I know this thing more than you do. And I'm like, you don't. So yeah, that's something that's always bugged me, and I know that the Link is dead in Majora's Mask theory is something that so many Zelda theorists and so many Zelda fans hate. I love that. See, like, here we go again with the comedy. This guy's like telling me to go away, I leave, and he's like, wait, come back. Wait, come back. Like, that's so funny. And you can just leave. You don't even need to talk to him. I mean, you need to talk to him to progress the story, but you can just leave the house and then come back in a minute. What did he say? I'm stupid. Okay, go in the cave. Cool, thank you. Yeah, it's just one of those things that's kind of like, I think, a stain for many Zelda fans, as the Link is dead in Majora's Mask theory is just like, can we not? Ben Drowned, on the other hand, I loved Ben Drowned. I was like one of these kids that really loved the creepypasta craze, and I got into the creepypastas before they kind of got saturated with all these really weird fangirls. Not gonna lie, I kind of was part of that fangirl community at some point, because I was just like an edgy teenager, and I'm like, but I got into that series, into that kind of whole story, scary story, culture-y, it's not culture. Oh yes, my culture of creepypastas. I got into that, yes, I love these dudes, they're so cool. But I got into that a lot before it kind of blew up. So I already knew about Ben Drowned before that kind of started to blow up and stuff like that. So I really thought that was so cool. I thought it was so cool that someone was making a scary story based around one of the games, like based around a game series that I love. I was like, whoa, this is so cool. And it's still, I think, one of the best creepypastas because not only was it a story, they had all these video things to go with it. It was such a cool kind of... It was so cool. And then after a while, sadly, creepypastas did kind of get oversaturated. Like, you have I think the original, not the originals, but the most well-known. Yeah, like the most well-known, I think, are definitely Slender Man, Jeff the Killer. Ben Drowned is also very popular, despite being a video game one. The video games ones I remember were very hit or miss. They were very popular within video game kind of circles and the people who played video games. Ah, it's a bomb. But I don't know how popular a lot of the other ones were outside of like video game like groups, like the Zelda fandom or the Mario fandom or the Sonic fandom. Because I know Sonic had a lot of creepypasta ones, but Ben Drowned I think was pretty unanimously pretty popular. What was it? Laughing Jack was also fairly popular. I quite like Laughing Jack because I love clowns and I thought he was really cool. Also I had a character that was literally called like a black and white clown called Jack, and I'm like, yeah, sweet. We're both very uncreative. Ooh. I loved Ben Drowned, but it also scared the crap out of me because I was like, oh, it's not real, someone's making it, but at the same time I'm like, but what if what if it was real? Because at that age you kind of, I think in your early teens a lot of people do get into that kind of, ooh, I think a lot of people start watching scary films. It's a lot more common. Some people watch them when they're really young, but I think when you're in your early teens, people start watching scary films a bit more. People start to kind of like, especially on the internet. If you like nowadays, if you're in your teens, and like you grew up with this kind of era of the internet, I think a lot of people kind of went through that creepypasta phase or that scary internet story phase. And I think it's just something that everyone goes through, especially if you like horror in general. I love horror. Horror is like my favorite genre. Mix fantasy and horror together and I'm just like, whoop, I am there. But yeah, I think everyone went through that kind of spooky. Oh, I remember what I gotta do. I was like, what do I have to do? Ah, I got it. I'm rich! Look at me! It's not hard to guess where to dig. They have distinct little patterns. I always remember where this is though. That's another one of those little things. It is a weird phase, but I think it's a phase that most people go through because in a way, growing up, you're like, oh, a lot of people grow up with, oh, you can't watch this, it's too scary, or this is too scary for you, or you're not old enough, or it's gonna give you nightmares and stuff like that. I definitely had that. I did grow up watching a lot of horror, not horror films, but films with a lot of kind of horror undertones. And I have older brothers who definitely watched horror films around me growing up. Dino Crisis, I've said this story before. Dino Crisis scared the shit out of me, but I played it so much because it was kind of like this mix of I love it and I hate it at the same time. But I think a lot of people grow up with this whole you can't watch this, it's too scary, blah blah blah, I did this wrong. So when they kind of get to a teenager, obviously when you're a teenager, as soon as you hit like 13, even 12, you're kind of like, I'm unstoppable, ha ha ha, you can't tell me what to do. And then eventually it gets to like, oh, I'm grown up, I'm old enough for this, and you start watching like creepy, scary stories and stuff, and end up giving yourself nightmares. Because bloody hell, that happened to me. I love scary stuff even now though. Like certain things like freak me the hell out. Like I can't watch ghosts. I mean I can watch ghost things, but ghosts, like the whole idea of spirits enough to scare the shit out of me. I'm like, nope, nope. At the same time though, I really, really would love to see a ghost. I think my house is haunted though. I swear I've seen a ghost. I'd like to see one properly. Ooh, hello. Yeah, I've said this, I think I've said this before on stream. My house is haunted. There's a woman in my house who sometimes when you're just kind of sitting, it's happened when I've been alone in my house. I've been like sitting downstairs by myself, my family's out walking the dog or something like that, and out the corner of my eye I'll see an arm, like a very pale, not white, but very, very, very pale arm and hand kind of reach out from the door of like the kitchen or the living room, kind of around the corner, and like wave, like not waving like hi, how are you, but kind of like a floaty hand motion, like someone's kind of reaching out and their arm is very flowy. I see that shit. I haven't seen it for a while, but I saw that shit a lot, and I say a lot, it's not something that happens like every week, but I've seen it a good handful of times, and every time it makes me want to freaking hide because it scares the shit out of me. There's also ghost cats in our house. Like we've had the cats outside. Sadly, one of my cats passed away a couple of last month, I think, but so now it just be one, but we'd have the cats outside and they'd be like out at nighttime. Sure. Honestly, if you think of the hand in the toilet in Skyward Sword, that's kind of the best way I can describe how it looks. It's that kind of color, and it's like it is a feminine hand, so it definitely it's like, oh yeah, okay, I'm being haunted by the toilet hand from Skyward Sword. What was I saying about the cats? Yeah, sometimes like the cats are outside, and this has happened to both. Like the hand is something I think I've only seen when I've been by myself, which scares the crap out of me because I don't like being by myself as it is. But I don't think anyone else in my family's seen that. But the cat, literally I think everyone in my house has seen the cat. And there's like, it's like I think it's a black cat, or it just looks black. And it's like, our cats have been outside, so they're not in the house, and we'll be like, we'll see it like go past, maybe just catch the end, like the tail and the legs, and we'll be like, hi, Anne, Deck, come over here. Yeah, my cats were named Anne and Deck. And then like I think my dad's done it before, and he's been like calling them, and we were like, what are you doing? They're outside. He's like, I just saw them walk past. I was like, no, they're outside. And we've all had that happen. It's freaking creepy. But now that Decky, my poor little lovely little man passed away last month, I swear I keep hearing his little bell, and I'm like, oh, my heart, please. Oh, hello, mini blends. Oh, I forgot you guys were in this game. But yeah, I swear my house is haunted. Maybe I'm just crazy, but the amount of times I've seen it, it's not like, oh, I see it every month. I don't even know if I've seen the hand for like a year. It's one of those things that kind of pops up just as you're forgetting about it. It's very weird. Can you wake up, sir, please? Thank you. Yeah, it's one of those weird things, but it's cool at the same time. I've always kind of believed in spirits and stuff. I think it's nice to believe that there's something beyond everything that finishes. So yeah, I don't know. My house is haunted. You got anything else for me? I saved you. Give me your life savings. That's how Zelda works, isn't it? Okay. Where are we going? Oh yeah, we gotta go up here. I think I might stop when I get to the next dungeon. I don't know. Maybe. What's the time? Oh, it is almost 3:30 in the morning, so I probably will. Let me think. What have I got? Okay, I've got this done. Basically, I want to get to the ghost ship for reasons to do with to do with a video, and so I need to do the Wind Temple, and I need to do the I need to do the Temple of Courage, and then we'll get to the ghost thing. A ghost story? Maybe? Can you not hit me in the butt? Oh god, that reminds me. I've been playing Fall Guys all day. A little bit with my sister as well. And we were playing it together. And one of the little games is you have to stop the other team from stealing like your little tail, the little fox tail that you have. And every time I'm like, he's gonna grab my butt! He's grabbing my butt! My sister was lost it. It was so stupid. It's like, don't grab my butt! I was like, I think I died or she died, and I was just saying to whoever, it's like, quick, don't let them grab your butt cheeks! I'm an adult. I am 22 years old, and I'm still like childish humor. What the hell? Oh, it's so stupid. I love it. If you can't be stupid and silly, then what's the point? This bit freaked me out when I was younger. I remember I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna get scared. The music's cool though. Yeah, literally, I'm just screaming because we were talking on Discord. Like, we're in the same house, but we talk on Discord because why not? She's downstairs, I'm upstairs in my bedroom. So I'm talking to her on Discord and I'm just screaming down the microphone, get off my butt cheeks! My mom's just like, can you be quiet? What are you saying? I'm like, don't worry, mum. Don't worry, mum. I'm just screaming at my sister about don't touch my butt cheeks. It's so stupid. Ugh. I need to move my legs. I'm sitting in the most freaking awkward way possible. But this chair is so awkward to sit in, I don't really care. Oof. Ooh, don't want to run into that. Sorry, my microphone is like getting a lot of wind. The wind from the fan. It's boiling, I'm so sorry. It's very, very hot. Bingle, bongle, flingy blue. This game has some weird enemy designs. This game also has a really cool bosses as well. What was it? Temple of Courage has a great boss which takes great opportunity and like advantage of the dual screen. Having you have to look from the perspective of the monster is such a cool idea because it's invisible. It's like, oh, it's so cool. Oh, where are we going? There we go. Might just get to the island, the Wayfarer's Island. Oh wait, I don't need to go. I can't go to that. Where am I going? I need to go here. Bannon Island. The Goron boss fight against the I think it's the Dodongo is fun. Yeah, I found that really difficult my first time playing because I found controlling the Goron pretty awkward. I didn't like switching to him because I thought he was annoying. So I'm like, I want to play Link. I don't want to play stupid Goron boy. He's really annoying. But yeah, I think that's fun. The Gleeok fight. Oh my god. I keep saying this whenever I talk about Breath of the Wild, and when it comes to like bosses and that I want to see. One thing I'd love is if they brought back all or most of the bosses from the original Legend of Zelda game. So, Goma, Gleeok, Manhandla, Dodongos. Just please bring them back. Like, all of them. Like, having those would be such a cool, like, great nod. It'd be so cool. I'd love it. And Gleeok is like Aquamentus. Bring Imagine Dragon, the dragon, yeah. Aquamentus in Breath of the Wild would be really cool because they could make him huge, like an actual dragon size. Gleeok could be really cool as well. They could fight him a couple of times in different times, like do it kind of like how Girahim, like you fight Girahim, and then you don't actually kill him until the end of the game. Well, he doesn't actually die. He just gets put in the sword. But you fight. Imagine like you fight Gleok, and then he runs away, and then he comes back with another head. That'd be so good. Follows you all over the overworld. Yeah, that'd be cool. One thing I'd love is if they somehow incorporated those really creepy but really cool Guardian designs. The ones that look like straight out of like some like horror fantasy nightmare. Like, just that is amazing. Those designs are so good. I love them. Are you wanting me to find Joanne? Is that her name? Do I have to hit? I can't remember how to do this shit. I think I have to hit. Oh my god, you can see the water's slanted. Can you see that? Like, you can see that the water is slanted to kind of fit in this weird kind of shape. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they are very kind of Twilight Princess looking. Okay, where is she? Joanne! Hello? It's me. I don't remember how to do this. I'm back. No. Okay. Do I have to get my boomerang? I think I have to hit with a boomerang. I can't remember this. It's like one of the only parts of the games I literally just cannot remember. Oh! I have to clean out all the monsters. Maybe when he's not going to electrocute me. There we go. Nope. I'm stupid. There we go. Is that all of them? Okay, let's find her. Oh, there she is. Hey, yeah. Oh, I love her. She's so cute. My headcanon as well is that, well, my theory is that the sisters are, Gerudo. I mean, they've got tan skin, red hair. I mean, she has red hair. Jolene doesn't have red hair. Jolene has black hair. Their eyes are both blacked out, which is, like, just a design choice, I think. Just, like, to make them look kind of unique. So you can't really tell if they'd have yellow eyes or whatever. But what am I doing now? Yes, I found the mermaid. Ah, I am a fool to believe such wild tales. But yeah, I think they're Gerudo. It makes sense in my mind. Like Jolene as well. Like, you can look at Jolene. She's got tan skin. She doesn't have red hair, but she wears her hair up in a ponytail. A very high ponytail, like the Gerudo normally do. She also is she dresses as a pirate, something that the Gerudo have been shown and said to have been in Wind Waker. They were the pirates, or it's heavily implied that they were the pirates that were in the Forsaken Fortress before Ganondorf turned back up, and then they just left, or they got kicked out or whatever. And obviously in Majora's Mask they are just straight up pirates. So I think it'd be cool that these two, the sisters, are pirates and not Gerudo. Because in Wind Waker we don't actually see the Gerudo. They've just kind of, we know that they were around at some point, and I think that they kind of adapted to being pirates, and then at some point just left Hyrule. I should read this shit. I can't remember this part of the game. Line back. Talk to me again. Please. No. Let's go talk to the old man again. So yeah, that's my headcanon. There's also another character in this game that I'm like 100% sure is this time or this world's Ganondorf. If you've played the game, you probably know who he is. But apart from, like, if you just give the character darker skin, really looks like Ganondorf. Like, he's got a big nose, he's got red hair, he's got yellow eyes. This time's Gerudo male, born without actually knowing he's a Gerudo. Maybe. We got the fishing rod. Anyway. We got to go, getting pretty late. Hope you have a good streaming. Be sure to catch the next one. Thank you very much for hanging out. It's been really nice. I think I'm going to stop streaming now anyway. It is like 3:30 in the morning and I have stuff to do tomorrow. So yeah, let's save the game. Let's save and quit. So yeah, thank you everyone for hanging out today. It's been really cool. This was very spur of the moment. I literally just thought I need to get footage for Phantom Hourglass for a video. Let's play the game and see if we can get to that part of the game I need to get to. And we didn't get there because I've been too busy rambling. I probably could have gotten a little bit further if I didn't talk for so long. But hey, where's the fun in streaming and not talking to people? But yeah, I've enjoyed streaming. Again, it was really random, of the moment decision. But yeah, it's been fun. Love playing Phantom Hourglass, such a good game. And I've really enjoyed having people to talk to who have got a lot to kind of say about Zelda and stuff. Sometimes I don't really get people to talk to, and it's like, ooh, I feel lonely. But yeah, it's been really nice talking to you guys tonight. I hope you had a really nice time. I hope I will see you again in another stream. Again, with the weather being how it is, it's luckily quite cool tonight. It's still pretty hot, but a lot cooler than it was yesterday. I can't confirm when the next stream will be because it might be like super hot and I can't stream because it feels like shit. But yeah, it's been really nice. It's been really nice talking to you guys. I hope I'll see you next time. If you haven't already, please follow the channel so you don't miss when I go live again. If you are new around here, please follow me on Twitter as well. You'll know when I go live because I'll tweet on there as well. Same with my YouTube. As I said, I'm finding it a little bit difficult to make videos at the moment because of the heat, but I do have videos ready to kind of work on as soon as it's a little bit cooler and I can work on those. So yeah, thank you all again for hanging out. I've said that like 5 times now, but it's been really nice, really fun. I need to go and sleep, so thank you all for watching and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.